Okay.
Give them one of us, we'll write your names down.
All right,
Give them first.
You give it to me, I ain't gonna write your name down.
To your wife.
Shabbat shalom, family. How y'all doing on this Shabbat day? Alright, before we get class started today, you know the week been spectacular, been a whole lot of stuff going down. Anybody got anything to talk about? Some information to share, any questions, anything on your heart, mind, soul? Anything before we get into this lesson?
There are no dumb questions. Just Bible study. Ask a question. Ask away.
Any question at all before we get started? Hey, Mama D.
Could we revisit Matthew 24 and Elijah spoken of Daniel's prophet about the prophecies and Daniel?
Matthew 24 and the prophet, lining up with Daniel. And then what was yours? You talking about when is it? What is it? All right, we hit both of those, then we get into the lesson. First, let's answer Mama D question about the Matthew 24.
To get her done. Excellent question. Matthew the 24th chapter.
Mom, what was your question?
You want to know the link between Matthew 24 and Daniel, the prophet.
The last day.
We got to go to Matthew 24, start at verse 1.
Done.
Dive on into this since we live in nose deep within these times. You understand? Let's get her done. See what a cookie crumb. Matthew 24th chapter.
Matthew 24, verse 1. Everybody there?
You tell me for it,
I
brother.
don't know. Topic questions like this turn into a whole class.
Right.
Just to let y'all know.
Hey, boy.
Let's hit the roof.
Get her done.
Matthew 24, verse 1. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and the disciples came to him for to show him the building of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, Say ye not all these things? See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
Who know the history behind what's going on right here? Matthew 24. Messiah finished rebuking the Pharisees in Matthew 23. A lot of his showdowns went down in the temple, or on the temple ground, if you want to call it that, not in the sanctuary, but where everybody would meet at on the Temple Mount. A lot of his discourses, a lot of his arguments he was having with the religious leaders went down right on the Temple Mount. All right? The temple in Jerusalem. If you know anything about history and what's going on right now, that temple is not standing anymore. It was ransacked by the Romans around 70 AD. All right, so this is before 70 AD because the temple was still standing. And he tell them, they bragging to him about how beautiful the temple was. How beautiful, look at the structures. Look at how it's laid, look at the architecture. All right, he said, well, y'all see these things, it won't be a stone that's not thrown down. Won't be, in other words, this whole thing that you bragging on, how beautiful it looks, it's all coming down. It's all coming down. All right, let's read it, bro.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world?
The first question was when these things go out, when the temple won't be thrown down, and what's going to be the sign of your coming and the end of this age. for the end of the world. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And Yahweh answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
So first thing he gave us, he said, what? Watch the deception.
Yep.
Watch out. That's the first thing he gave us. Make sure you're not deceived. So if you deceive, it's on you. It ain't really as much on the person that's deceiving you, because he said, look, take heed. In other words, pay attention. Make sure you're not deceived out there. Deception is not nothing that you just sneeze at and sweep up under the rug. You were deceived for a reason. There's an ulterior motive behind you being deceived. All right, let's read it, bro.
And ye shall hear of wars, and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, so you're going to hear about wars and rumors of wars. You can relate to that right now, can't you? Yeah. Donald Trump. North Korea bets not. He actually said bets not. Bets not. I said, look at Trump. Get the ghetto fabulous on.
Get hip.
He didn't say North Korea better not. He didn't say North Korea ought not. He said it with his arms crossed and said North Korea bets not. He made one more threat. Or they would be met with fire, the likes this world has never seen. So you heard about wars and rumors of wars. Somebody will say, well, look, they've been talking about wars. They've been talking about it. Right? But in this day and age, it's back to back to back. It ain't just wars you're hearing about. It ain't just natural disasters you're hearing about. It ain't just plagues. It ain't just people getting microchipped. You're hearing about all this stuff back to back to back. On top of that, you living in the only age where man can destroy the world 100 times over via nuclear bombs, nuclear capability. See what I'm saying? So make no mistake about it, this went down, this conversation went down 2,000 years ago. Living today should make you even more infer to get your life right. You understand? Because this is still a time that's in front of us, even though we right at the door. Even though we're seeing these things pop on a random basis. Look, this should make you want to get your house in order more now than ever.
Most definitely.
You understand? When Donald Trump could drop a bomb called Moab. Moab is in the Bible. When he dropped a bomb called Moab, meaning the mother of all bombs, on a cave in Afghanistan, and they get up and eat his meat and eggs in the morning like nothing happened.
Right.
You know what time it is. Don't play yourself. When they got missiles called Hellfire missiles that they dropping on so-called terrorists and melting them, you know what time you in. So first thing is don't be deceived. You're going to hear about wars and rumors of wars. Don't be troubled. This is just the beginning. Everybody should about August 21st, the so-called solar eclipse is about to sweep across America, yeah. But it's just the beginning. What you mean? The world ain't over in a couple days. It's just the beginning. Let's read, Hebrew.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdoms. And there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places.
Y'all get on. If y'all want to know how many earthquakes crack every day, U.S. Geological Survey. I'll type it up here. U.S. Geological Survey. You can type in earthquakes that happened this week, the last 2 weeks, the last month, the last year. Blow your mind how many earthquakes happen every day that you have no clue about. So what he was saying 2,000 years ago, when you live it, it's all in the matter if you're just gonna pay attention. You may be caught up in trying to keep up with the Joneses or something. Trying to make it in life, but not trying to make it to the kingdom.
Right.
You wasting your time. We living in these days that the Son of God prophesied about 2,000 years ago.
Straight up.
We in them times. And what's so ironic is we under the same peace. That was Rome that was ruling these.
Right.
America ain't nothing but an extension of Rome.
Hallelujah.
America is Great Britain's baby, which is an extension of Rome. Same policy, Senate, they all have Senate. Don't you got a Senate? Rome had a Capitol lying Hill. Don't you got Capitol Hill where the lawmakers meet up and form policy? Rome had a two-party caste system. The plebeians and patricians. Some of you Negroes, Republicans, and there's Republicans, Democrats, it's the same exact thing. Route 66, the main highway in America. Rome had a way called Appian's Way. Rome had all the Colosseum sports. So as Rome was crumbling, you would take your mind off of what was inevitable. This nation is crumbling. Life as you know it is coming to an abrupt halt. But to take your mind off of it, you watch sports. Same thing Rome was doing. So let's keep reading. We under the same beast, in other words. The same exact power structure the Messiah was up under. We under.
Yeah.
Let's read, my brother.
All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you.
Wow.
And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended.
How many shall be what?
And many shall be
How many
offended.
gonna love you for being in the truth?
And many shall be offended.
And they gonna be offended. Here he come again. This Bible. Girl, he's a black Jew, girl. They want to introduce you to the family members. Here's the Bible now. What's going on? Yeah. Many are going to be offended because you are representing the true Messiah. As you showed up like, look, Jesus, the lily blonde white boy that love everybody. You know, Christmas and Easter eggs and, you know, ham dinners. Everything was all good. As soon as you like, hold on, now the image is wrong, the teachers are wrong. What y'all saying I am is wrong. All of this is backwards. Book right, y'all wrong. Now there's a problem. See what I'm saying? So many gonna be offended. That's part of it. Notice he said you're gonna be kingdom. If you believe it or not, if you believe in the return of Christ or Messiah, even if you in the Sunday church, you're deemed by your government as a terrorist.
Barack Obama signed that.
You already deemed a terrorist. Now why would you, now think about that. Why would you be deemed a terrorist because you believe in the coming of Christ's kingdom, the Messiah's kingdom? Why are you a terrorist? What makes you a threat to the establishment that's running things right now?
It goes against their very establishment.
You hear that?
They anti-Messiah. We bring Messiah laws in, their whole economic system collapse and crumbles. One thing about the heathen, they ain't gonna let that happen. It's not gonna be something supernatural to get this heathen off his roof and shit. This is what it is.
He's just gonna, you know, wave a white flag. Okay, yeah, I give up. It don't work like that. War's gotta kick off.
Yeah.
You understand? And the thing about it is, with Christ's kingdom, you read the scriptures, every knee shall bow. Every tongue shall confess. That includes the orange pervert Donald Trump. Right. That includes your president before him, Barack Hussein Obama.
The Muslim.
The Hamite.
That includes George Whiskey Bush before him. That includes the Dope of Rome. That includes the Queen of England. Dope Fiend of England. Yeah. Everybody. So if that's the case, if you have to bow, which means to worship, then that means your very structure, your very setup, your democracy will not be ruled with nothing or making any decisions. Christ's kingdom will be a righteous dictatorship. Then you put it this way, because you're not voting to me.
You can't vote with me.
Are you gonna be voting? You gonna be going to the poll booths, the election booths, and I vote for the Messiah. No, he coming back to take what's his, and he coming with an army because you got to show force. See what I'm saying? You got to be able to speak equal language in order for you to take something over, right? You can't take China over speaking Spanish. You can't drop this beast saying, "Come on, guys." You're dealing with the champion of murder. So the Messiah has to show back up with the greatest army in existence to let everybody know you ain't talking about nothing. Get down or lay down. That's what's coming. So if you believe in the coming of his kingdom, that makes you a threat to this establishment. Because this establishment won't be a close number two. This, Russia, North Korea, they ain't talking about that anyway. Japan, China, nobody. So believe that, so you're going to be hated. There's laws on the books that if you speak of certain things, if you speak in the Bible, once they start executing these laws, it's considered hate speech. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers street teach you that too. You got the streets teach you whatever right now, you can get that off. But they got laws on the books where the Bible is hate speech now. So So if you was to tell somebody that was living an adverse lifestyle, like, look, the Most High ain't down with Leroy and Hank rolling around in the bed. Repent before judgment comes. If he got offended a certain way, he can go tell the authorities on this and lock you up. That's where we at. So when you hear about being killed, about being persecuted, about many being offended, you already living in the time. It started with the disciples 2,000 years ago. Amongst their own nation, they was getting stoned, hung, getting sold out to the Romans, nailed up the crosses. And it continues all the way to this very day because we hold the same testimony. All right, what else to say, y'all?
Matthew 24, verse 10.
Yes, sir.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many.
Deceive a few.
And deceive many.
So if you're looking for the biggest numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, y'all don't got no mega church. Well, I'm gonna listen to y'all. If you're looking for numbers over quality, you done missed it again. Many it's gonna be many false prophets in the last days. That's gonna deceive many. That's majority. Right? The biggest religion on the planet is what? Christianity. Or the Roman Catholicism, under the guide, under the tutorship and the rulership of who? The Pope. No matter what branch you're talking about, that's the Pope that run that. That's the biggest religion on the planet. Even Islam was created out of the Roman Catholic whole system. That's the second largest religion. You got the Catholics, then you got the Muslims. Right? Who know the fastest growing religion in America? Wicca. That's that religion for witches.
Yep.
That's the fastest growing religion in North America. You see? Let's get it, people. What else to say?
Verse 12.
Yeah.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
The love of who?
The love of many shall wax cold.
What's iniquity? You know. Sin is the end thing now. It's not the end thing to be righteous and dying for the Most High. Keeping His commandments to the best of your ability. Repenting, leaving your former life behind and pushing forward toward that. That's not the end thing to do. The end thing to do is to kill that brother right there. Slander that sister right there. You know what I'm saying? That's iniquity. So if iniquity is abounding, the love of many, ain't no love out here. Y'all been saying, Burgess told me about a video, these brothers watched the brother drown. What was that, last week? You telling me out here?
Yeah.
Express yourself, brother.
It was it's a brother. I don't know where they were. He was out in the middle of a little pond, but he was drowning. He was going up and down, and there was these three brothers on the side. You could hear them talking, and they were like, you gonna drink all the beer, nigga, pass the blunt. They said, nigga drowning over there, he drowning, he going down again. And they laughing at the dude, they watching it happen. Three brothers, I mean, if it's us, we know that's our brother, we gotta do what we can to help him. They didn't even want to dial 911, they filming it happen. And then he went down the last time, they all like, R.I.P. nigga, he dead now. And then when he didn't come back up, they were like, damn dog, he is dead for real. But I mean, iniquity, it abound in the love of many, they wax cold, because how can you watch something? I mean, it went on like 2 minutes or something. I don't know if any of y'all saw it, man, but it was on Daily Mail. Wasn't that the Daily Mail? Yeah, I keep confirming with my real, that's my information. Yeah, I saw it the other day, man. It hurt my heart, man, for real. I couldn't watch it twice. I watched it once. Because, I mean, it was just, they were sitting on the side in the park, and old boy was out there yelling, and he was yelling out for help, and they watching this dude, man. There's three of them, and there's one of him. Somebody could have done something, but they were like, oh man, you shouldn't have went out there, man. What you doing out there? You gonna die, And then he died. And then they were like, damn, do we call 911? You mean you didn't? It's just, but I see it's a bed set up on Martin Luther King now, and I saw people sleeping on it, on the sidewalk. They got a bike out there, they got a little trash, hey, as of the days of Noah, people on the sidewalk, so if they sleeping there in the broad daylight, in the midnight hour, they might be, handling some business up on there, just Martin Luther King, you know what I mean? So, think about it, man, and ain't nobody really tripping off the fact that the chip is here, man. I mean, these things are coming to fruition in our lifetime. You know, so everybody might be so caught up in saving some bread to get this new whip or to get that. Get your house in order, man. We can't stop this thing, but we can prepare ourselves, man. I'm trying to get to the kingdom. I'm trying to take her with me and my daughters, but you know, I can't stop trying to get there myself to wait for them. Right. So we all got to get our own houses in order because the time is at hand. Say that in Revelation 1 and 3. Good, right? You know, that's what it is.
What else we got? Hebrew.
Matthew 24, verse 13.
Yeah.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
See that? There's an endurance that has to happen before you're deemed saved or safe. Free from thine oppressor and enemy. You're going to be on the path to salvation. That's what's up. And when you read some spots in the New Testament when it comes to those that are saved, some of those that are on the path to salvation. But you have to finish. You can show up to high school, first day as a freshman, and say, I graduated, y'all. Right. You're going to look at you like, no, you ain't got not damn credit. You got to finish the course before you graduate. You can be on the path to graduation, bro. And if you endure that course, you shall graduate. You understand? Same with this, those that endure until the end. You got to get through all this hell that's breaking loose. Your faith got to be tried in the fire. The ups and downs. You understand? There's a lot of stuff that you are connected to that has nothing to do with the kingdom. Nothing. The Most High is purging you like he do gold in the fire.
That's right.
Gold comes out the earth dusty. He did gold out the earth is dusty. You got to melt that deal down and send that right through the fire so it can come out shining. You understand? So your faith is compared to that. Gold tried in the fire. It may go in dusty, you understand, but on the other end of the fire, your fire will try, you come out shining and sparkling. So everybody had to go through it. Abraham, you understand, all the great prophets of old, the great mothers of old, you understand? Even down to where we at now. Even down to where we at now. Your faith has to be tried in the fire. It's just what it is. So you got to endure to the end. A lot of people are saying, I'm already saved, sanctified. You understand? And then as soon as something happened, they left field. You understand? As soon as that money is insufficient, now they doubt and huffing and puffing. Yeah. You see, you have to endure. It's called endurance. You need stamina, right, to be considered saved in the end. All right, what else you got here?
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end.
Now, and with the advent of the internet, you can really see that happening in this age. Feel me? They got an internet signal over in the Amazon rainforest. We talking about that last week. In this age, you can see the gospel being preached in all the world. 4 points. What about the barbarian in the backwoods swinging from a vine with a loincloth on? He got iPhone. Ain't never excuse me. Yeah. So even though this conversation went down 2,000 years ago, don't look at it as if it was fulfilled in the next breath. The Most High put prophecy out there, and then history has to happen. Time has to go by before it's fulfilled. You see, somebody would say, well, this already happened. Where are the kingdom of heaven at? When did Christ rule for 1,000 years? What a resurrection of the dead. What a regathering of Israel. There's so much stuff got to happen, man. Feel me? Antichrist got to be revealed. So you saying all this done happened already? You're sadly mistaken again. And then why the devil ain't locked up and destroyed? You know the devil loose on the earth. They don't take a rocket scientist to beat that. So even though he said this 2,000 years ago, you living in it now. More and more every day. All right, what else you say, Hebrew?
Matthew 24, verse 15.
Yeah.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand.
Now what was Daniel? He said by Daniel the prophet.
Yeah.
So Messiah was dealing with the Old Testament. Some people say, oh, that's the Old Testament. We don't deal with that anymore. Well, what the Messiah was dealing with it for? Something Daniel saw that we need to go back and read so we can familiarize ourselves with what's going on. Remember earlier we said we're living under the same beast. Daniel had a prophecy of all the coming kingdoms. You see what I'm saying? All the coming kingdoms. When you go back and read that Daniel chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9, about the coming kingdom from where he was in Babylon. From Babylon to Persia to Greece down to that Roman Empire. Daniel had a vision of it. You see? So hold y'all spot there. Go to Daniel 9 real quick. Daniel 9, 2 verses. Daniel 9. From 25 to 27. And this right here is called the 70-week prophecy, which spanned hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. This is another class in itself as well, so we're not going to be able to get into all that today. I'm just going to show y'all a few things that happened from the time when our people went into captivity in Babylon, the time the Messiah was anointed, crucified, and the Roman Empire poured into Jerusalem and emptied it out because of the overspread of abomination. All right, so Daniel 9, start at 25, right?
Daniel 9, verse 25.
Start at 24.
Verse 24.
That's right.
70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city to finish the transgression.
To do what?
To finish the
So
transgression.
the 70 weeks are determined. This is the angel telling Daniel about, Daniel asked the Most High, when is all this going to be over with? So we say 70 weeks. Now you can take that literal if you want and say, all right, that's a little bit over a year and 2 months or something like that. Or that 70 weeks is more in detail when you study it further. Like when the Most High told Israel, you're going to wander 40 days in the wilderness. Was that a literal a month and 10 days? Or was that 40 years? He told them each day for a year. So when you apply that process to this right here, you see actually how long this 70 weeks actually was. And then when you bring it in together with history, from the rebuilding of Jerusalem to what kingdoms came and all that, and then when the Messiah was anointed, then cut off, it all started making sense. All right, let's read though, Hebrew.
And to make an end of sins. And to make reconciliation for iniquity. And to bring in everlasting righteousness. And to seal up the vision and prophecy. And to anoint the most holy.
All that in 70 weeks, 70 prophetic weeks. You see what it said? It said right here, upon thy people and upon thy holy city, which was Jerusalem, to finish transgression. And to make an end of sins, to make reconciliation for iniquity, to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. All that within 70 prophetic weeks. Let's keep reading, bro.
Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah.
The who?
Unto the Messiah.
The Messiah, huh? I thought y'all said he wasn't nowhere in the Old Testament. Yeah, we got a problem. We currently in dialogue with some Hebrews that claim they don't believe in the Messiah. You know, well, who is this right here talking? Who is this? Until the coming of the Messiah. Go ahead, Hebrew.
The prince shall be 7 weeks. And 62 weeks.
So 7 weeks and then 60 and 2 more weeks. 62 plus 7 is 69 weeks. Prophetic, that is, though. Come on, Hebrew.
The street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublous times.
So remember, Daniel's in captivity. He asked him when Jerusalem going to be rebuilt again. Right? The temple was destroyed. So he's asking the Most High, when is all this going? When we going to get our glory back? So then he let it be known. Well, look, from the going forth to rebuild and restore Jerusalem until the coming of the Messiah, he gave him a time frame. So this amount of time, right? It's going to be built again even in troublous times. Let's read it, bro.
And after 62 weeks shall the Messiah be cut off.
Shall the Messiah be who?
Shall the Messiah be cut off.
That was the Messiah being crucified right there. Shall he be cut off? Come on, Hebrew.
but not for
But
himself.
not for who?
But not for
So he
himself.
won't be cut off for nothing he did. Remember, he tell you he was wounded for our transgressions. He won't be cut off for nothing he did. He never did anything against his father. Let's read, my brother.
And the people of the prince shall come, and the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the
Now,
sanctuary.
after the Messiah was crucified, all you got to do is know a little bit of history. After he was crucified, what people came and destroyed the sanctuary in the city? The Romans. All you got to do is just track this thing down. You feel me? And by process of elimination, you're like, oh, come on, that make all sense in the world. The Romans, the very same Romans beat you up under right now. Make no mistake about it. All right, let's read it, bro.
And the end thereof shall be with the flood.
A flood, not water flood, but the Roman armies flooded out Jerusalem when they came up in there. They didn't spare nobody. Nobody. Right? Killing women, children, men, all type of matters. That history is in the back. Real Josephus there. He told you Josephus. You got it. You can find all that history in the back of this book right here. That book right there, Flavius Josephus right there, details blow by blow what happened when the Romans ransacked Jerusalem. It was a 7-year war. And you see exactly what's prophesied, that was prophesied to happen, happened in detail. Let me finish, y'all. Come on, Hebrew.
And unto the end of the war, desolations are determined.
Until the end of the war, desolations are determined. Well, we still at war. The war ain't over, and Jerusalem lieth desolate. It does. You ain't there. Your temple ain't there. You ain't there keeping the feast days and holy days of the Most High. Impostors are in your land. But until the end of that war, desolations are determined. Y'all sit down. Come on, Hebrew.
And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. And in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease.
Now, for a week, right? Half of a week is what?
3.5 days.
3.5 days. Messiah's ministry was 3.5 years. Now, again, he told Israel, you're going to wander in the wilderness for 40 days, but he told them, don't become each day for a year. So if each day is a year, and it's 7 days in a week, that week represents 7 years. And half 7 years is 3.5 years. You see, it lined right up. And it said he shall cause the, what to cease? He shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. You ain't been sacrificing for no animals for your sins since. You ain't sacrificed no turtle dove or no bullock for your sins since he gave up his ghost on that cross. You see? Remember when he gave up the ghost, the veil in the temple ripped. Who went behind the veil? The high priest every year to atone for sins. You see? So when he gave up, when he died on the execution stake, that ended that whole order of you going to offer for your sins. So in the midst of the week, read that again, Hebrew.
And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. And in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblations to cease. And for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate.
He shall make it what?
He shall make it desolate.
Yeah.
Even until the consummation.
So it's going to be desolate from the time it go down until the time of the redemption. To the time everything is redeemed. And look, we still ain't been redeemed. We still ain't been built back up and given us glory. See, so he was talking about a time span. He wasn't talking about just a few weeks. He wasn't talking about a few days or a few years back then. He was going from the time Jerusalem got emptied out by the Romans and to the time the Messiah returned and regather Eve and get a glory back to who it belonged to. Until the end, desolations are returned. All right, let's read it, bro.
And that determined shall be poured upon the desolate.
That's right. So when you go back to Matthew 24, go back there real quick, Matthew 24, the Messiah was going into the setup of a system. The setup of a system that not only put him to death, you understand, but to this very day is persecuting his chosen ones. Right. You still in Rome. This is just an extension of Rome, that's all it is. When you get to Daniel 7th chapter, you're going to see Daniel had a vision of all the coming kingdoms and what was going to happen. And that last beast was the worst of all. That's where you at now. Don't nothing get worse than where you at now. You see? So he was prophesying about a system that started when Jerusalem started with his crucifixion.
Right.
There was a system came into play there that not only got in him, got in all his followers. Why you think he told all of us, get up out of there. When you see this happening, you better flee. Better get up out of there. How you think most of us got down to West Africa? We ran from Jerusalem, running from who? The Romans. You understand? And only those that took heed to what he said, seen them setting up shop, and said, look, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Them Romans out there setting up shop, waving, hey, how you doing? Yeah, okay. Whatever. Y'all ready to destroy this place. Right. So he said, look, when you see them starting to set up, when you see them Romans bringing in their weapons of war and all that, that's that abomination of desolation. You better get up out of there. You understand? And that's a whole system which is going to culminate with the Antichrist. Yes, sir. When the Antichrist set up, that's the end game of that abomination of desolation. That's what we're talking about right there. But understand, he's part of a system that's been running. There's many Antichrists. The mystery of iniquity already working. It's already here. You feel me? It's just when it's time for him to issue in that chip and to do whatever else he's going to do, it's going to run automatic. You already too connected to your cell phones. You already on Facebook. I tell everybody, going to the grocery store. You already connected to this beast. You already in love with the image of this beast. You can't go nowhere without your phones. You can't do nothing. Everything is tracked and gridded out. So that means the system been set up, man. Good. And it ends when the Messiah returns. But when that Antichrist takes his position, you feel me? That's the fulfillment of all that, but it started 2,000 years ago. And that's what he told his people. When you see all that, you better get up out of it. Good. All right, let's go back to Matthew 24. Let's finish it off.
Yes, sir. Matthew chapter 24. Verse
15 again.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolations, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let them understand.
Let them understand. The holy place was the temple that came and sacked that did. When you see all that, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Y'all better get up out of there. You feel me? That's what he told us back then. You see that? You better dip. A lot of us fled down to North Africa. This mountain range is called the Atlas Mountains around North Africa. A lot of us went down into the interior coast of East Africa, started migrating west. These same children were picked up during the 15 and 1600s and subjugated and made slaves. That's how you got down in Africa. You was already in Northeast Africa, Jerusalem, but once the Romans came there, you had to go flee amongst other dark-skinned people that hide from the Romans. Let's read, my brother.
Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house.
See, they come, let me go in there and get all my memorabilia, my favorite, my smoking jackets. Let me go get my Xbox. He said, look, when this thing go down, you better leave. Ain't no going back in the house. Let's read it, bro.
Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
Yeah.
And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. When the days was hitting back then, it was hard for you. You got you a newborn baby. And them Romans don't care nothing about you or your God. You understand? They're to kill you. They don't care nothing about you serve God, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The children of these Roman beasts are in the earth today. You're looking for the New World Order. You're looking for the Rothschilds to take over. You're looking for the mark of the beast. It's the same system. Right? So when New World Order and they come and unarm America, what you think they're gonna be? Hold on, time out, wait. Let me go back home. No, you gotta prepare your family now for what's coming, man. Because the same thing happened then gonna happen again. Right. It tells you in the book of 2nd Ezra, the Most High's judgment is like a ring. He requires what passed. What happened in the past is gonna happen in the future. You ain't ducking. Let's read it, bro. A couple more, we gonna,
But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
Wow.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be.
The greatest tribulation. You see that? Worst times on earth. And they thought the same thing when Jerusalem was falling back then. Can you imagine how horrible it's going to be now? Remember, he said, upon thy people and thy holy city. Because you and your city are one. So the same thing is going to happen. They got the New World Order, all the FEMA regulations. They got all these executive orders on the book. What you think they got all that for? Just so you can read that and, you know, ooh, I know they got executive order 1109. Now, look, that's scary because soon somebody going to execute. Worst times ever is coming. Let's read it, bro.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Wow.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
You see? He said, unless those days be shortened, no flesh will be saved. That's how you know he talk about these days. Because look, they got nuclear weapons now. They can destroy the world 100 times over.
Russia got a bomb called Satan 2 that wiped out Texas.
Yeah. Say it again, bro.
Bomb called Satan 2 that wiped out Texas.
Satan 2.
It's called Satan 2.
Russia. They got Satan 2 missiles, Moab bombs, Hellfire missiles.
Only bombs being named after the Bible.
Yeah. Even the heat wave in Europe this last week. Heat wave Lucifer. Yeah. They know what time it is.
150 in the shade.
Come on here, bro.
And not to change it, but just use some biblical things. So apparently a bunch of our congressmen and senators were in Cuba doing some, I guess working with the Cuban government, and they have, since they've been returned home, they've been complaining that they've been having extreme headaches and been having forgetful moments. They losing time, they don't know what they're doing during that time. So they're blaming it on acoustic weapons. They said they were pushed to go to a lot of parties where they were playing a lot of Cuban music, and they're blaming it on the acoustics from the music to mess with their brain.
Oh man, that's what the lesson's about.
Let's finish this off. Then read on down to like 32. And that's it. 35. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Verse 23, Matthew 24, verse 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
And there's many of them in this hour, y'all. Don't get it twisted. Many in this hour. Even those of the Hebrew persuasion. There's a boy running around with a bed sheet in New York claiming he's the Holy Spirit. He had an action figure dial made for himself. And then sued the company because the dial was too light skinned. Nah, they ain't locked him. I mean, he about to get locked up. It's all over for the shout.
Investigation.
It was another Negro down in Florida years ago. He dead now. Q-Line Mitchell Jr. called himself Yahweh, King Yahweh. God, Son of God. He blasphemed into the Most High with him in the grave. There was another boy living over in the desert in Israel. Damona, Israel. Dunghill, Israel. Over there. Ben-Ami Carter, the bus driver from Chicago. He started saying he was not only the Son of God, but he was God himself. Well, he's dead now. You see? So he said 2,000 years ago, many was going to come. Many was going to act like they was me, but they not. All right, let's read Hebrew.
Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth.
Ben-Ami was in the desert. That's Benjamin Carter from the south side of Chicago, who used to work for the Chicago Transit Authority. He moved them to the desert. Then he took all the Bibles away from them. We know brothers that was under him for a minute. They weren't even allowed to read the Bible. Because that way they gave him away. That's a temple. Hold on, let's say in the desert. No, what we doing in the desert? Now, the whole horse and pony show when it came tumbling down. What else, bro?
Behold, he is in the secret chambers. Believe it not.
Believe it what?
Believe it not.
That was your boy down in Florida, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Q-Line Mitchell Jr. Used to be Air Force Mitchell. Used to be in the Air Force. You got that book on you, Raphael, show them the book. Y'all think we lying? Y'all can go get this book. Brother Love. That's them right there. You can go get this book off Amazon right now. They got him posing in there with some snake skins on, gators. Got his rings on, his little big suit. Ain't I fine? He has sisters in the crowd. Ain't I fine, though? Huh? Look at my eyes. They say his eyes are like fire. He got green eyes.
Brother, look.
Come on, his eyes like fire. Huh? Used to be a Muslim, people on X. Found out he was an Israelite, started writing under the name Moses Israel. And then one day he said, you know what? Bump it. I got all the knowledge in the world. I'm going to tell him I'm God, the Son of God. And got followers to this day. They got a book on this Negro. He was cutting off white folks' ears and all type of matters. Taking men, women. Hold up a few pictures of this Negro right here. Put him on black.
This Brother Love.
Murder, money, and a Messiah. Y'all can look this book up and blow your mind. He still has 12,000 followers in the Lord.
Wow. To this day.
You feel me? Been dead since 2004. Didn't resurrect after 3 days and 3 nights. No. Only one problem he got right was he was dark skinned with woolly hair. Yeah, nobody. But that's everybody in here who ain't following the challenge. You know what I'm saying? Ain't making sense. Go ahead, John.
Man, you say he was cutting out white folks' ears and
Yeah, that's
still alive.
To get his followers to show allegiance to him, he was commanding his followers to cut off white folks' ears.
He been locked up a couple times too.
You know, the mayor
handcuffs.
of Miami gave him the key to Miami, the Dade County. Man, that nigga was pimping, y'all. He had like over $500 million. He wasn't playing no game. Built a whole neighborhood down in Miami, Florida. Huh? But it was all over but the shouting when the feds came. Yeah. Lock him on up. Because all type of madness was going on. Money laundering, extortion. You feel me? All types of madness going on, man. Pedophilia. And you got people today who still think he's the Messiah, but the real Messiah was 1,000 years ago. If they say I'm in a secret chamber, he's locked up in Lewisburg Penitentiary. Don't believe it not. What else you say, my brother?
Matthew chapter 24, verse 27.
Yes, sir.
For as the lightning come out of the east, shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So the coming of the Messiah is not going to be nothing private. Ain't nobody going to say, hey, did you see that yesterday? You know the Messiah came back. It ain't going to be nothing private. Just like lightning flash from that side of the sky to that side, and we all see that, you going to know what time it is. Let's read, Hebrew.
For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together.
Come on.
Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Don't say immediately after tribulation. So anybody talking about something they getting raptured, gathered to God before the end, that's another lie. You have to go unto the end. The saints of God are not being gathered into him until after tribulation. After all hell breaks loose. If that's the case, you should have been moving about her by now. Huh? Where you at? Why you didn't go gas and got about her? What didn't happen? After tribulation, once the sun black out, and the moon don't give up light, it turns to blood, the stars start falling from heaven. So anybody tell y'all they the Messiah, and that sun beaming down on top of your head, what do you call him? A liar. And the truth not in him. I don't care if his afro is perfectly trimmed. And it's gray as gray he gets. I don't care if he's dark skinned. Eyes look red as he been smoking. Don't matter. Don't matter. If that sun beaming down on the top of your head, and that moon still there, it ain't lost her light, whoever talking to you was a liar. See? Let's read it, bro.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
The tribes of the earth go mourn. But everybody loves Jesus. What everybody mourning for? Huh? And those who come with power and great glory. You get in the mother street, you say he coming with a heavenly host. hosts mean army. You understand? Hitmen, soldiers, angelic powers. You understand? To conquer what's rightfully his, and to give to his faithful a kingdom. That's what the kingdom of heaven is all about. Heaven is coming to earth. Let's read, bro.
And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Notice that's after tribulation, though. They got you thinking of rapture and all that, though. Well, that's what you sent us. You sending folk. I ain't gonna see the Antichrist. Well, yeah, if you David, you won't. That's about it. But you're not growing wings before the tribulation. You're not being gathered to the Lord before tribulation. His saints are being gathered to him at his second coming. You understand? That's after tribulation. Let's read, my brother.
Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When its branch is yet tender, and put it forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. Said 32, correct?
Keep going. Keep going.
So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door.
That's for us. Know all these things is at the door then. You've seen it happening. You see it in North Korea and Trump and all these crazy, what they call natural disasters or whatever, of biblical proportion. They letting you know what time it is. This is written in the Bible.
Yeah.
Know that it's at the door. So just get yourself together. All right, let's read Hebrew.
Verily, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled.
Yeah, he wasn't talking about that generation 2,000 years ago. Those that's going to be around to see the sun black out and the moon lose its light and the stars fall from it. That generation right there will not pass till all these things be fulfilled. All right, let's read, my brother.
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
Beautiful.
But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Abba, but my Father only.
See? So anybody tell you, well, I know the date of the end of the world. Many people have tried it over the years too. Many false religions, even some Hebrews. We know back in 98 told you, America has less than 678 days left before Christ returns and enslaves all white folk. It's 2017 now. So these men are what? False prophets. You see what I'm saying? No man knows the day nor the hour. Only the Father in heaven knows when he gonna decree, look, go handle their business. Not even the angels know. So anybody sure claiming they go to day, like I said, the new frenzy is August 21st, 2017. But that would make this a lie. Because somebody knows the day and the hour. Let's read it, bro.
But as the days of Noah were, so also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
See, even in Noah's days, the last, everybody was shooting the breeze, acting like judgment wasn't coming. You know, just having a good old time, having a swell time, till judgment came. It's going to be like that in this generation as well. People ain't going to want to hear you talking about the Bible. You always talking about doom and gloom. Yeah, this judgment is coming. I love you enough to tell you to turn back. Right? So people going to be acting the same way they was acting in Noah's day and your day. Let's read it, bro.
And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
That's it for that. So we just went in there because Mama was asking about the abomination of desolation, which was a system set up 2,000 years ago, which is still running. Very same system, kill the disciples, kill the Messiah, kill you in the streets to this very day. The very same beast or abomination form, policies and laws that's against your God on Capitol Hill through what's called a Senate. And it's all going to illuminate with the Antichrist when he step in what they call a rebuilt temple. That's coming soon. They got plans to rebuild that temple over there. To really throw you a head fake. Those must be the Jews, girl. Look at that hydraulic temple. Look at that fancy garment that imposter got on. You see? So in other words, the abomination of desolation was a system set up 2,000 years ago. Then now we got your Messiah and his disciples who is getting at you. is still running on autopilot to this very day. And when the Antichrist issue in his system, most of us when we stop, step and lock, right with it. It's all good, lock and step. It's on automatic already. Only those that got the spirit to know, hold on, that's against the Most High, I ain't doing none of that. And which is already good because you already living the commands of the Most High, which in essence is you are rebelling against it, against the beast system right now. You already prepping yourself to be like, look, I ain't doing nothing because you're living in opposition to him right now. You see? So you're in an excellent position. So all we gotta do is endure to the end. But that's what that was about. I know Mama D's still in here, but that's what the whole thing is about. The coming of the Messiah, the crucifixion of him, the emptying out of Jerusalem, all the way up into the final restoration of God's people and the destruction of the Antichrist. In a nutshell. Alright? So we all good? Bro, the Feast of Tabernacles in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Get with me out there, work out into the lesson. Get with me after this. And we can, you know what I'm saying, chop it up with one of God's feast days. Alright? 23rd chapter. 23rd chapter, verses 33 on down to like 44. Something like that. You see about the Feast of Tabernacles. We're going to be keeping that around October this year. We're going to go camping. A little taste.
Oh, you going this year?
I don't know, man. I used to fall back and do my own thing. You know, I just might go.
Hey, if we can we get somebody to rotate out on the door out there? Brother been out there since 1 o'clock.
What day down there?
Got the little baby monitor, so you won't miss nothing.
They got the data getting the battery?
Oh, they ain't had a battery?
Yeah, we got that in there.
Oh, yeah.
You won't hear.
Yeah,
Monitoring system.
He class. Let's come down to so weird then. Johnny going out there, right? All right, we're going. I know that took a little time.
So look, today we're gonna talk about vibration. Anybody know what vibration is? Anybody? Vibration. What is vibration? Rhythm. So vibration is rhythm. So rhythm is in everything, right? So the thing about your bodies is your bodies is made of atoms. Atoms is made of protons, electrons, and neutrons. But even if you zero in on them, it goes down to something called a subparticle or atomic atom, right? If you zoom in on that, guess what all that is? Vibration is nothing. So I'm looking at you, it's because it's a lot of atoms, like millions and trillions of atoms that's stuck together that they call mass. But if you actually get a micro magnifying glass and go all the way in, there's nothing there but vibration. Meaning that your thoughts are vibration, your movement is vibration, your skin is vibration, this book I'm reading is vibration, this camera is vibration, my voice is vibration, meaning everything is living. Right? So let's do an example before we get into the lesson. Get in the studio. Say if I get in the studio, I get a dope beat, which is vibration, and I put some criminal activities on it. You know, kill a nigga, shoot him in his head 5 times. You know what I'm saying? But as long as it's on a dope beat, then I go to a club, I get a DJ this CD, and he play it, and there's 500 people in the club. They hear the beat, they hear the music, and they start nodding to this vibration. At that very point, the person, which is made of vibration, is linked to this other vibration. Now they're on what you call the same frequency. See what I'm saying? So whether you listening to it or not, if it's in the background and playing it, you still picking up the frequency. So what I'm saying is, no matter what happens, whatever you do or whatever you think, whether you know it or not, you subconsciously affect somebody else. So we're going to talk about the vibration of transgression. So if you commit a sin, you think you only hurting yourself, don't you? You know, ain't it me that committed the sin? I heard it a lot. Well, it's going to be me that burn in hell for it. But scientifically and spiritually, that's not true. Because it's a ripple effect to anything, any decision you make. An alcoholic, you think you only hurting your liver? Okay, you might only be hurting your liver, but you hurting your family. You never at home. When you is at home, you drunk as hell. You killing yourself. When you die, it's going to affect everybody around you, right? Drug addicts. heroin abusers. They kill themselves. They hurt everybody around them. They stealing to get this drug. They taking from somebody else. Any thought and decision you make affect everybody around you. It's called a vibration. You hear it all the time. What they say, don't kill my vibe. Or I'm not in the mood. You know where mood come from? That comes from something called the moon. It's a cycle of rhythm and vibration. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the vibration to do so. So we're going to talk about that. So let's talk about sin. Because sin is a vibration. Because sin is an action, transgression against the law. You have to act to do that, right? Even if you don't do it physically, you have to think to do it, meaning you still acting. Because moving in thoughts are what? Vibration. Same thing. So let's get to it. So we're going to show how you harm yourself. We're going to show how you harm others. And we're going to show how this even affects Yahweh. It affects God. It affects Christ too. Because for our sins, Christ had to do what? He had to die on the cross. For our sins, right? So for the vibration that we put out, Christ had to give his life for it. So if Christ, which is the ultimate person that never sinned, the entity of all entities other than Yahweh, how is that going to affect your brothers and sisters? If Christ had to lay down his life for our sins, which is God in the flesh. What about human beings? How you think they being affected? Huh? It's like constantly smoking cigarettes. Just because you ain't asking him to hit it, he's in the car right next to you with the windows up. The more cigarettes and the more cigarettes you smoke, he's going to be diseased too. He's going to be smelling like the cigarette too. Same way with sin. So let's talk about it. We're going to get to show you how these vibrations harm yourself first. Then we're going to go into others. Then we're going to show you how it affects the heavens. Let's get it. Romans 6. Romans the 6th chapter, bro. We're going to start at verse 20. Let's talk about it. So yeah, whether you believe it or not, whatever you think or your thoughts, everything affects somebody else. It's something called a circadian rhythm.
Spell that.
Make sure y'all look this up. It's circadian, circadian rhythm. Everything is on a rhythm. Everything has frequency. So basically, say if, like, only reason why I see images of y'all is because it's something that called lights that shoots in the back of my pituitary gland that goes inside of my pineal gland and it reflects off light. Inside my brain is not seeing this. What happened is your brain do something called educated guessing. So where all this mass and my brain is seeing nothing but acid and vibration. But when it comes out of the reflection of my eyes, I see what you call, this is an image. That's why they call it a reality. It's like a TV show. You see, everything we see, everything we touch, everything we do is called sensory sensing. It's all sensory. So look, my brain don't have eyes.
Is it sensory sensing or the extrasensory perception?
Same thing, same exact thing. It's the same thing. It's not all things are perception. That's why we can read a scripture and you get a totally different interpretation than I get, but it can be the same interpretation. You know what I'm saying? Some people call them bronze, we call them black. What's the difference? You see what I mean? So like you can't nobody look at you like how I look at you, or like we both gonna look at you, he gonna see a different person. Even though we see you, we still looking from different eyes because we have different senses. Same thing as sin. And that's why everybody get judged differently.
Kind of like beauty in the eyes of the beholder.
Exactly. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Same thing. So we got to understand, once you really start understanding vibration and energy and talking, walking, and once you realize it's all the same thing, then you can distinct what you're doing with it. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. So we're going to talk about how you physically hurt yourself, how you physically hurt others, and how you physically, well, you can't physically hurt Yahweh, he's Yahweh. How you affect the heavens by your thoughts and your decisions. Whether you're doing it thinking about it or whether you physically doing it. Wow. You know what I'm saying? For every action there's a what? Reaction. Cause and effect. What goes up must come down. And it's real simple once you really get down to it. What's up, Mama?
Yankee, there's a medicine called circadian for blind people.
For who?
And for blind people.
Yeah, I bet.
Like you said, it's the rhythm. Because I guess what the medicine does, it puts them to sleep at night.
Yeah. And that's what circadian is. Circadian is a rhythm, right? So circadian, it happens in a 24-hour time expansion, and it's from the time the sun goes down till it comes up, but within 24 hours. But within this 24 hours, this hours is broke down to 4-hour parts. So when you're in the day, your body, your pituitary gland and your pineal gland emit something called serotonin. Serotonin is serious. It keeps you up. It keeps you focused. This only reacts to light. Then when you go to sleep, you produce something called melatonin. It makes you mellow. This reacts to light and to darkness, right? So all of this consists of your circadian rhythm. But inside the circadian rhythm, it's called hertz. Your body reacts to certain things. So say if you eat a fruit. If I eat an apple and he eat a piece of chicken, my apple have a certain type of circadian rhythm to it, and it's going to be at a 75 hertz. He eat a piece of chicken, a dead piece of meat with blood in it, right? It's going to automatically be at 25 hertz. So anything you intake is a vibration. Everything is off of frequencies. The way you look at the sun, the way you look at the moon. I will get more energy by staring at the sun than by staring at the moon. Just like I get more energy by eating a piece of apple than eating a piece of fruit. Just like I get more energy by keeping the commandments and not keeping the commandments. And that's how we finna link it up. Everything you do, everything you do and think affects you and others. And it's all by frequency. Even the way he created the world when he spoke. When God spoke, he said, let there be what? Light. Let there be Christ. These are vibrations. That created more vibrations. That created more vibrations.
That makes sense of how his voice is like a sword.
Yeah, and his voice is who? Christ. The ultimate vibration. Even when you get into the Hebrew letters, they all break down to vibrations and rhythms. And if you look at them, each of these Hebrew letters got their own frequency to them. And they break down into music notes. Music note B, music note D, high C, D flat, B flat. What do y'all think that is? It's numbers that's attached to these, and your body have to operate. Your body have to operate over a certain level of hertz. Your body have to be between 7 hertz and 100 hertz. Anything below 7, sickness and disease. Anything below 25 is called you're scientifically dead. Oh yes, you waking up in the morning, you walking around, but you scientifically dead because you're not connected to anything. And you have to be connected to the source. But you can't be connected to the source, which is Yahweh, if you're sinning. Because that brings on sickness and death. And it makes other people sick that's around you from your thoughts and your actions. Let's put scriptures to it though. Let's go to Romans 6.
You got a question on that?
Yeah.
Is it true that through vibration and rhythm, that this is where we get our sense of awareness?
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, without vibration, there is no senses. Without vibration, there is no awareness. So say if I'm looking straight and he waved his hands and I see that. That's not me seeing that. That is a vibration mixed with acid, mixed with serotonin that hits my pituitary gland, that sends millions of neutrons to the back of my eyelids that emit light, and then I see the reflection. Everybody think this thing is simultaneously. You know how long it takes for him to wave his hand and for my eyes to actually see it? So in real time, it's like it's simultaneously, but it's not. Just like it took God how many thousands of years to create Earth. It sounded like it was quick, but it wasn't. So yeah, you're right. Even vibration is everything. Without vibration, there is nothing. Because vibration is living.
And then I don't know if you spoke on it too, radio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna get into that.
They had Roy Ferguson driving around.
Yeah.
Still frequency.
Frequency. And just like she was saying, just like Sis was saying, they took all the people, went over to Cuba, right? Started listening to that music. Now they came back, they forgetting stuff. What y'all think's going on here? Everything is controlled by this vibration. But we finna talk about your vibration and the circadian rhythm you supposed to be at, because if you going below, that means you're sinning, and sinning bring on death to you and on death to others. Because whatever you vibrate on, if they don't know and understand vibrations, next thing they know, they doing what you doing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Unless they holding their own. So let's get to it though. Let's put some scriptures to it. I don't want to seem like I'm just up here with philosophy and nothing like that. Romans 6.
Started at 20.
We're gonna start at 19.
We're reading in the book of Romans, chapter 6, starting at verse 19. Says, I speak after the manner of men because of the infirmity of your flesh.
Because the what?
The infirmity of your flesh.
Hear that? Because the weakness of your flesh. You know what weakness is? Weakness is part of a sickness. So he's talking about the vibration of your flesh, the circadian rhythm of your flesh, which is attached to lust, which is attached to all kind of commandment breaking. So if you actually get down into what Paul's really talking about, Paul was one of the greatest scientists ever. He really was. That's why science is actually mentioned in the Bible. It's something that you can test it, you can observe it, and then you come up with an educated conclusion. Come on.
For as ye have yielded your members servants to uncleanness.
You hear that? So you're weak because you yield your members servants to uncleanness, meaning you in bondage to sin. So that means you are operating, your mind is operating at a certain rhythm, a certain frequency, and obviously they have to be low because you're yielding something. That means it's another vibration that's over you. And what is this vibration that's over you? At this point, it's Satan. Meaning you're sinning, you're breaking laws. Come on.
For as ye have yielded your members servants to uncleanness and to iniquity unto iniquity, even so now yield your members servants to righteousness unto holiness.
You hear that? So we say renew your mind, recycle your circadian rhythm, get off the low vibrations and level up. We see it all the time. Goku, what do? Don't Goku level up? Power Rangers, what they do? Don't they level up? What they call it, morphin' time or something? They morphin'. Like whenever you get to any movies, there's always this name where they transform and become like a godlike being and have godlike ability. Anything below that, it's like they moving in sickness. They are less than a human being. All these are talking about these frequencies, these waves, these guidelines that we must operate in otherwise to get the kingdom, because we're supposed to be rehearsing and practicing for the kingdom. If I'm practicing wickedness all my life, then there's no place for me where? The kingdom. Because there won't no wickedness be in the kingdom. So we got to find this frequency. And write this down, y'all. It's a frequency called 528 hertz. 528 hertz.
Yes, sir.
It's called the love frequency. And they say that two greatest commandments is what? Fear God, keep his commandments, love him with all your heart and soul, and do what? Love your brother. Yeah. And look, this frequency, when you get to this frequency, they say you operate in God-like abilities. Your memory gets sharper, you move faster, you have more detailed dreams. They call it lucid dreaming. You remember your dreams. Because when you at this frequency, when you go to sleep, your brain emits something at night called DMT. This DMT, it gives out all different colors of the rainbow, and it goes back into your pineal gland, and it connects you with these paranormal activities. Probably wake up looking at yourself laying in the bed. You're like, what's just happening? But see, your brain have to operate at a certain frequencies to be able to do these type of things. But when you sin, you bring your frequency down. Why do you think they say level up? Get on my level. They say it in the music. Get on my. She's not on my level. I'm not feeling. What you mean? I'm not feeling her. Meaning my vibrational frequency is not on the same frequency as hers or his. No, I ain't feeling it. My gut telling me. What is you talking about? All these are talking about vibrations. Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 20. For when ye were the servants of sin, ye were freed from righteousness.
Right.
What fruit had ye then in those things whereof ye are now ashamed?
Come on.
For the end of those things is death.
So what is the direct cause of sin? Death. Remember, we talking about fruits and meats. All fruit total vibration. There's a such thing as bad fruit. Y'all don't believe me? Leave an apple on your counter for 4 days and when it's very hot and don't touch it. And then try to bite into it. It won't taste like no apple no more. Leave one of them kiwis in the refrigerator for a month or two. So we see that there's a positive and a negative to anything.
That's right.
A positive to a negative in anything. So if you're made of nothing but pure energy, like I said again, if I zoom in into any of y'all and keep zooming in until I can't zoom in no more, there'll be nothing but energy. Only reason why this look like mass is because all these trillions of atoms and protons and neutrons are moving and they get stuck to each other. And then they create mass. But without none of that, there is nothing but energy. Just like the heavens. So if that work like that, and you are made of nothing but vibration, and vibration is made of positive and negative, that means you're made of what? So which one we gonna choose? And that's why he say, which one are you gonna yield your members to? The negative side or the positive side? You know what I'm saying? It's all a choice. And even choices and thoughts are what? Vibration. Everything I'm saying, write this stuff down and look it up. It'll blow your mind. It's all true. And look, the scripture constantly tell us about it. Remember, there's many different layers of this understanding scripture. If you get in the book of Enoch, he said he had over 70 gates of understanding Torah unlocked to him. That's a lot of understanding. That means you can read one passage and there's 70 different interpretations, but all of them are the same thing, just on different levels. Now that's deep. Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 22. But now being made free from sin.
See that? So once you get free from this vibration, that means you're leveled up. You're not moving in this low frequency no more. And you can tell when you have moved past that. You don't go to the strip club no more. Clubs ain't the same. Clubs ain't the same no more. You ain't couch buddy no more with your couch. You hate watching TV unless it's something that stimulates your mind.
You detach.
Yeah, you start getting detached from this life. You start getting detached from the flesh. That means your vibrational frequency is higher. Look, certain foods even start tasting different. Meat don't be the same. Huh?
Spirit above.
Exactly. Come on.
But now being made free from sin and become servants to Yahweh, ye have your fruit unto holiness and the end everlasting life.
Come on.
For the wages of sin is death.
For the wages of what?
For the wages of sin is death.
So for the wages of sin is your skin. It's what you do in the skin. And it can't go into heaven. You gotta put off corruption and put on incorruption. So the wages of skin, which is sin, is death. So the only way to operate above your flesh is to not be in your flesh. And that's spiritually. That means walking in the spirit, not after the flesh, because the flesh is part of the lust of the world. And all these are low vibrational frequency. Think about it. When sin, you know how much thought it takes to sin? It takes a lot of thought, take a lot of practice too. And you be tired as hell. Then it's like, look, sinning is like straight drink a gallon of Hennessy by yourself and tell me how you feel in the morning. That's exactly how sin is. It takes a lot of thought, it takes a lot of work, and then it don't even feel good when you're done doing it. Because it's so low in vibration. And that's why it brings on sickness and disease. What's up, brother?
When you going through that type of change, what they call major headaches.
Yeah, most definitely. Just like when you withdraw. Yeah, it's nothing. That's all it is. Nothing but withdrawal. Your body start aching. Look up circadian rhythm when you start raising your body over different hurts. Your body just get real bad body aches. You get diarrhea, and you feel like something is always crawling in your ears. Look at these symptoms. It's like something always messing with your ears, but don't be nothing there. You hair loss. Everything, and your eyes start getting real sensitive to light because your third eye is activated now. You're starting to see with your third eye. People don't notice about your pineal gland. Your pineal gland actually have retinas in it. Yeah, it actually have retinas in it. You know, retinas is in your eye. It actually have retinas in it, and it have an eyelid. What happens is, from all the fluoride we be drinking and all this bad food and junk food that we eat, it gets closed. So when you start getting spiritually awoke, it starts emitting light. That's why you start seeing light from nowhere, or you walk around and you see sun rays. You be in complete darkness but see sun rays. That's because you're being enlightened. Like, this is the real stuff. It sounds like some old Hindu stuff, but this is all scripture though.
No, it's gotta be true, but I thought I was losing my mind.
No. Well, actually, you're right. You're losing your mind and you're putting on Christ on you. Yeah, you becoming set apart. So yeah, exactly what you're doing. You're losing your mind, but you're putting on Christ. You know what I'm saying? Because Christ is the one. He's the light.
You're washing your brain from filth.
That's all you doing.
Brainwashed.
Man, look, just do this, y'all. Write down this and Google this too. Write down a calcified pineal gland. Pineal, look, it look like nothing but salt. It's hard as a crystal. Now, it takes a long time to get it decalcified, but one of the main two ingredients to get it decalcified is coming into the truth and doing brain exercise or, some ganja or whatever, marijuana. You know what I'm saying? And then one of the two main things that actually help you decalcify. Yeah? So Come on, what we at, bro? We got another.
I was reading something like that like 2 years ago. It was saying if you hear like random ringing in your ear, you're not sick, nothing wrong with you, but you hear ring. Because when I was a teenager, I used to hear like a lot of ringing in my ear sometimes when I be in class, and I'm like, nobody else hear me? Like, what's wrong with you?
But the thing
and
is,
you have to pull over. To this day, I
yeah,
still
you hear different tones. You hear different tones and frequencies. But look, the crazy thing about it, you're not even hearing anything. You're actually seeing it. Your ears are connected to your nose. Your nose is connected to your mouth. Your mouth connected to your eyes.
Like a lot.
Them are nothing but vibrational tones that's hitting in the back of your eyes. Look it up. It'll blow your mind. You're not even hearing nothing. It's your.
Ain't nothing wrong with me. Ain't nothing wrong with my sign. What is this ringing coming from? I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It just make me want to pull on. I be thinking it's my ears, but you saying it's not my ears.
Yeah, you spiritually hearing the trumpet sound.
Okay. Then it's saying, also the documentary I read on, they were saying if you wake up at a certain time of the night or a certain time of the
between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. That's when DMT is most active, and most of the time it be some crazy things on the clock. The clock be lining up. It'll be 3 o'clock, 3 a.m., 3:33 a.m. Like, what's up with all the threes?
I always wake up either at 3:45 or 4 exactly on the dot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
So I try to go back to sleep. I can't go back to
see,
sleep.
them the time, get up and meditate, pray. Get up, meditate, and pray.
That's what my mom told me.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, you are explaining everything that is happening. Well, you know, I know where she's coming from because I'm experiencing the high-pitched sounds in the air and getting up at 3 and 4, and I go straight to my Bible when I can't go back to sleep and start reading. It's amazing.
Yeah, look, it's called what they call it. They call it a tune awakening. Look that up too. In tune, write this down, y'all. In tune, DMT. Yeah, I want you to read that in a second.
Oh, okay.
It's called In Tune Awakening. Once your mind starts reaching certain heights of frequencies and different layers of understanding being revealed to you, you start automatically waking up at certain times and understanding stuff differently. You just, your whole, like he said, you washing all the filth in your brain. It's all it is.
It's like we just explained two different things.
Speak up a little louder.
The reason for the collider, it's like you just broke down the collider. You know, the CERN collider. It's like you just broke down the collider. You know what I mean? And you just explained the spiritual eye at the same time. You know what I mean?
Mama, take that baby for a walk. Come on, what we at, bro?
Verse 23. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of Yah is eternal life through Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, our Master.
Right, so we see. So when you sin, you directly affect yourself, right? Let's go to Galatians. Galatians 6. Galatians 6, 1 through 8. Y'all understand what I'm talking about, though?
Oh, yeah.
All right, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if y'all have any questions, make sure y'all raise your hand, because I know I be sometimes talking about science.
You spoke my prayer.
Galatians 6, 1 through 8. I want you to read that DMT in a second, too.
We're in the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual.
Ye which are what?
Which are spiritual. Restore such an one in the spirit of meekness.
You hear that? So if a man be taken in the fault, a man be taken by sin, it says ye which are spiritual. You see how it just separated you from this other person? It puts you on a level. It's saying ye which are operating at a different level of understanding, on a different frequency. It says you go handle him, meaning you go pass him the vibration. In meekness, come on.
That's why you don't hold hands in a circle.
Yeah, that's why you can't hold hands.
In a circle.
Exactly. That's why you can't shake hands unless you agree. You don't know what he got on him. Yeah. And that's why you can't listen to certain music. This is scientifically proven. Listening to trap music is like smoking, what they say, like smoking 10 cigarettes a day. Listening to trap music. Damn trap music trap music is like the music that y'all listen to.
Destroy.
The music when you sell drugs, you music kill niggas, you know, that type of music. Sell cocaine till my, you know what I'm saying? That type of music. They say it's like smoking 10 cigarettes a day, and it damages your brain cell. Because it's vibration, but it's at a low frequency. They show you this in New Orleans. What happened? What did they look? The trumpets that blew down the walls of what? Jericho.
Yeah.
What was that? Them were vibrations. Them were sounds. Them were tones. Well, look, just in Ferguson, when Mike Brown died, they was riding up and down West Florissant with this truck with this big old horn on it.
It was a big
blowing
speaker.
that. Yeah. What do y'all think these do?
Bombs next to 'em.
Yeah, they mess with your brainwave frequencies, bro.
Concussion.
It does something like when you emit certain frequencies, like certain frequencies can bust your brain and you drop dead. Certain of them give you aneurysms, stop your heart. Some can make you run fast.
Some can stop you from running.
Yeah, some can stop you from running. Once you start playing around, because look, your brain, we got to understand, that's why I start off class, everything is made with vibrations. So how do you only way you can manipulate vibrations is with what? Vibrations. And that's what they figured out. But guess where they got it from? They ain't gonna work with her. They seen the walls of Jericho get blown down. They're like, oh, okay, we're gonna use these niggas' own weapons against them. Makes sense.
Electromagnetic pulse.
Yeah, electromagnetic pulse. Vibration, a pulse.
It destroy all the electronics.
Yeah.
That's all
That's an EMP.
Is it kind of like, have you ever heard like, it's like Call of Duty or something, like you play the game and it goes to negative and then it goes.
Yeah, noticing all the movies. Noticing all the movies. This is true. Whenever a grenade, once it breaks sound wave barriers like that, time slow down. It shows you that everything is an illusion. Time slow down. All of a sudden, it's feel like nothing else around you matters. It's just you stuck inside your head.
It's a war.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like these tones and these vibrational frequencies directly affect you and everybody else around you. So picture that if you same way they throw a grenade and it kills people and it messes with people's minds and people wake up with limbs missing and it stops you in your track, time starts speeding up or slow down. Imagine if that hand grenade was sin and you just threw a sin grenade. That's going to affect everybody in the room. And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to link this up together, because that's how deep sin is, because every negative thought has to be outputted. You got an input and an output. Whatever we come in, it has to go out. So if I'm constantly thinking negative things all day, every day, of course my day ain't going to be good. Huh? That's like every time you get around the poke, oh, I know this nigga finna pull me over. Woo, woo. You just spoke it into existence. Well, so a man thinketh, so is what? So is he. So you think, so is you. You think sin, you become sin, and sin start being around you. And it start directly affecting everybody else around you. And look, the thing about Yahweh and his only begotten son, they understand vibration because they created vibration. And the only way to get rid of vibration is by replacing it with something righteous. So if you wicked, he gonna get rid of you and replace you with something righteous. This is all it is.
That's it.
It's simple like that. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with cancer. And say you got cancer. The worst thing you can do is get treated. They give you low vibrational medicine. Chemotherapy, all this stuff that messes up all your organs and all your glands. And look, all these things have a circadian rhythm to them. Just tell them to measure it. It'd probably be low as hell. If scientifically death is at 25 hertz, that means what they treating death with has got to be at like 10. That's why most people that beat cancer, they stop and they start eating live foods, live fruits, and they fast and they don't go to the doctor.
Right.
Okay, I got cancer and my body's supposed to do this. You know what cancer is? Cancer is when your killer T cells and your red blood cells, they actually start fighting against each other because they've been tricked with what's called mutation of cells. It's when your cells mutate to fight against bacteria or virus that's in your blood. That's what your body is supposed to do. What the white man does, he call it a sickness and then he kill you with the sickness for real. Because you was never sick in the first place. Your body just recognized something that was off and your body start fighting against it. But see, they are anti-nature. So anything that happens in your body that have something to do with nature, they say it's a disease. They say it's a disease. They even say your afro a disease. Oh, your afro grow, your hair grow towards the sun. That's a disease. Like, what? They tell you if you look at the sun, you go blind.
That's not so.
Where does this come from?
I do it all the
Scientifically,
time.
bro, you stare at the sun, it actually stimulates your eyes and your retinas and give you vitamin D. So you stare at the sun, it just don't make no type of sense. But that's because they're automatically set to operate at a certain rhythm.
It's a
Everything
scripture
they
that
do
say
is
kiss the sun.
yeah.
Unless he be angry.
Everything they do is on a deaf operational frequency level. So when we start abiding by that and moving up under their moving up under their laws and vibrating under their vibes, of course that's what's gonna happen to us. You know why sickness is so prominent amongst the black community? Because we not living like Israelites. We eat what the heathen eat. We study what they study. We worship what they worship. Everything we do is under the same vibration under Rome, which is doomed to death. We just read it. Mally just broke that down. So if we operate under that same vibrational frequency, guess what they make us? That makes us spiritual heathens. See how they affect us?
Desolation.
You see how they, do you see? But look though, you see how they affect us with their vibrations? So why can't we start doing that to ourselves?
Infect us.
Yeah.
Hey, what it say? Look, the script say, envy not your oppressor, and choose
None of his ways.
Choose none of them vibrations.
Learn not the way that he did.
Yeah.
Right.
What's up, sir?
But it makes sense because when they talk about cancer, they talk about how the cells metastasize, how they spread throughout the body.
Yeah.
Because the bad cells don't take the good cells. But like you said, when you go back to that original diet, when you eat certain things, when you do certain things, then you get better. But the more that we do what they do, eat what they do, all the foods and stuff, the bad and stuff that they eat, the more we get their disease.
Yeah, and all it is called inheriting sin.
If you believe it too,
Yeah.
the group is just saying words and vibrations and even your thoughts. But they say, well, you got stage 4 of this, you believe.
You just automatically think death.
Dome.
Oh, there you go.
Ain't no positive outlook. You like, oh man, then you wide open to accept the death medicine.
And then the more medicine you take, the more they have to prescribe.
Yeah.
My mother passed away, she had about 15 or 16 bottles of medicine that my sister got.
Right. And then what's crazy, sis?
Had to take care of that because it's all that. So now I gotta, get you something for that because it's called this, it's called that.
Right.
15 or 16 bottles of medicine.
And look, if you read the scriptures, it tell you that the medicine is in the earth. So why am I taking chemicals? And you don't know nothing about my body. You're from a totally different part of the land from me. You're melanin deficient. You eat stuff that have no zinc, no copper, no gold. Everything you do and consume is to work against you. And you gonna try to tell me I have a disease? Yes, I do. My disease is you. You gotta be over here where you supposed to be. You gotta be eating all your food. Yes, I do have a disease. It's you, the heathen. Makes sense? Yes. Makes total sense to me. I mean, hey.
And they eat blood.
Yeah, come on, where we at, bro?
We're in the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual,
Which are what?
which are spiritual,
Say, ye which are beyond your flesh. You that not control your flesh, your lust, ye that are operating on a higher frequency, what?
restore such an one in the spirit of meekness.
You hear that? Restore him. To restore something, you have to give something back something. That's a transfer. You gotta restore something like you have a car, you restore your car. Your car was beat up, you wanna restore it back to its original way. You take off all the old parts and you do what? You put new parts on it. You polish it up and it's restored. Now the value of the property goes up. We're supposed to do the same thing to each other. You see a low vibration, call it out and give him something to replace it with. That's like us, we be taking away all these holidays, but don't implicate we don't put no holy days in. What they gonna do? They gonna go right back to the holidays. Same thing with energy. Come on.
Considering thyself, lest thou also be
You hear
tempted.
that? Lest you also be tempted. Come on.
Bear ye one another's
You
burden.
hear that? Bear ye one another's burden. Remember we was talking about that 528 hertz, which is that love. I'm finna show y'all how this is the cure to all things. Love. For God so what? Loved the world. He gave his only what? Begotten son. And through him we have our atonement. Through him he took away our what? Low vibration. Same way we do to each other. That's why he keeps saying, look, there's no two greater commandments than these. All the commandments are some than these. And it's always love God and love your brother.
Yeah.
Huh? Because the thing is, if I love you, I'm not going to be offering you stuff that's going to kill you. If I love you, when I pull up, I'm not going to be playing bust a nigga head to the white meat and kill his mom. Why do I want my brother to even be thinking it? If I love you, I'm not going to steal from you. If I love you, I'm not going to be trying to get on your woman. That's your woman. If I love you, I'm not going to covet what you have. That's yours. Show me how to get money if I can do it the same way. If I love you, I'm not going to lie on you. See, all these things heighten the frequency that we share. They say birds of a feather flock together. That is real. Huh? The Most High said, separate yourself from a wickedness. It said, you see wickedness, you turn around and go the other way.
Right.
I ain't got nothing to do with that at all. So why are you entertaining these certain vibrations? Because you don't understand what love is, and you don't understand yourself, and you don't understand energy. And that's why we so subjected to ourselves, because we don't even understand ourselves. We don't. We think love is, you know, I missed you. I ain't seen you in a couple days. I need a hug, I need a kiss. I think love is candlelight dinners and rose petals. You know what I'm saying? Love is changing the frequency. Love is being renewed in the mind and spirit. Love is being governed by the universal law called the 10 Commandments. This automatically puts your spiritual brain at a certain megahertz. And it's a beautiful thing, because then you get to see into the spiritual world. You get to come up with dope lessons. You be the one that be spitting some stuff, and they be like, how the hell did you even come up with that? Oh, because you're not operating in the norm at this point. You're not operating on a human being level. You're in contact with celestial beings. You hollering at the heavens. But you can only do that is when you're healthy in mind state. And the thing is, you can't be healthy in mind state, but weak in the flesh. Don't even go together. Come on, you bro.
Bear ye one another's burden, and so fulfill the law of Hamashiach.
Yeah.
For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
Man, this plane cut and dry. I gotta break it. You think you be something when you nothing, you deceive yourself. Because at the end of the day, the fool, the rich man, the wise man, and the poor man all got one thing in common. And what is that, y'all? Death. This is what it is. Come on.
But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another.
You see that? And not in another. You're not vibing off of somebody else's frequency. You're not going and glorying in another man's flesh. You're not putting on another man's armor to go to war. You battle test and approve your array. You ready to go to war yourself. You operating at another frequency, and then it's the ping pong game. It's like the internet. Y'all know how the internet work? It's a spider web of this invisible energy, and it ping pong off towers. Well, y'all know if one tower down and that was the interceptor, that means all y'all towers down. So same thing within this body of believers in Christ. If I'm striving my hardest to be righteous, he's striving his hardest, you striving your hardest, but bro over there off in the spirit, obviously this tower ain't gonna be working right. Huh? If all my toes work instead of two of them, obviously I ain't gonna be walking upright. It's gonna be a limp. My leg straight, my hip bone off, I'm gonna need a cane. Like, we are all a part of this body, so we have to make sure our circadian rhythm is all in check. And we gotta stop thinking very low. We think so negative, man. And we be righteous thinking negative. As soon as something go wrong, just all hell break loose, and you immediately blame it on the devil. You know, niggas like to blame it on the devil, everything happens. Oh man, Satan's at us. Fiery darts. It's like, no, that was your thinking this morning. What about that negative dream you had last night? It had nothing to do with Satan. It's your mindset, your thinking. We lack belief, and belief only brings miracles. Without belief, there is no miracles. So how are we expecting all these miracles, and we expecting to see all these supernatural things, but we're so physical? We don't even understand what vibration is. You can't see vibration. Only time you can see vibration is when you put it into something. For instance, you hook your speakers up, your subwoofers, and you put that electricity on it. You can see your subwoofers move. You can see it. What happened if them subwoofers wasn't there, but you still did the same thing? What, the vibration gone? No, it's not. You just have nothing to see it. So vibration is spirit, and we must worship spirit. We must worship God in spirit and truth, right? Meaning we have to be at a certain level to even worship Him. How you worshiping God and you willful sinning every day? What is the point of you getting your kneecaps dirty? He don't hear you anyway. So it's up to us to start checking ourselves, and then once we check ourselves, we all can start being the spider web that we're supposed to be. Notice a spider web. Look up how strong the spider web is. Everything is measured properly, and if you hit one point of the spider web, it'll vibrate all the way to the other. That's why the spider don't even have to be inside the web. He can be somewhere chilling. As soon as an ant, a fly, anything hit that deal, he like, hey, it's food ready. It's food ready. That's how we supposed to be. But we not spiritually in tune. We need spiritual tune-ups. Just like you do a car, that's what we need. Come on, you bro.
Verse 5. For every man shall bear his own burden.
Right.
Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things.
Straight up.
Be not deceived.
You know what?
Be not deceived.
Come on.
Yah is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also
See, there
reap.
go another one of them effects. It's called a domino effect. Huh? If you going around shooting bullets, look, something got to stop the bullet. Whether it's a wall, a brick, a car, or somebody heart or head. Huh? And that comes back. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Whatever thought you put out manifests. You keep thinking it, it eventually happens. Think of somebody, they call you. Boy, I just spoke you up. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Like, all these vibrations are real, and we see it throughout our everyday. Huh? You want your food warmed up fast, what you do? You put it in the microwave, right? What is that microwave? That's nothing but vibration. Vibrating so fast, it creates something called a heat shield. This heat shield heats up your food. Everything we do is off of vibration. We see it, we manipulate it every day. How you look, when the phone rings, that's vibration you hear it. Vibration is also sound. You pick up the phone, somebody say hello. You're recognized, you were trained to hear hello. The average, let a Slovakian Russian hear that hello, they be like, what is he talking about? It's just vibration to him. But we was taught to put words to our vibration in English. So if we hear an English hello or an English I love you, we hear I love you or hello. But if you hear that somebody else, is a bunch of mumbo jumbo vibrations. Y'all see what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
Verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
You hear that? So if you always operating in the flesh and always sticking with your flesh, that's what you're going to inherit. You planting fleshly carnal seeds of sin, guess what you're going to grow? Fleshly carnal seeds of sin. And then the crazy thing about the Negro is it grows and you harvest it and you complain about it. But it's like, look at all your wicked vibrational works the whole time. Look at all your sins that you've been committing. Now all sin is coming back from it. Now you're complaining. Or you don't work all week and you expect to get a paycheck. Like, it don't add up like that. Huh? You sin all your life, but you expect to get the kingdom. No, it don't work like that. You want to lose weight, but you still eating obsessive meat and junk food. It don't work like that. You want to gain muscle, but you're not willing to run and work out. It don't work like that. And most times you try to cheat around it, you end up dying. You want to go get some steroids? Heart failure, shrinkage of testicles, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff happen from that. Old age is a beautiful thing, yo. I hope I live to be all age. The way we dying off. But even that starts with thinking. If you get out, you ain't in the streets busting Negroes' heads and selling dope and gangbang, you might just happen to live late. You know what I'm saying? Age might be added into your life. Like, everything starts with a thought. Everything, our whole reality is formed by the way we think. That's just what it is. You got that crazy messed up job is because you were not thinking beyond that crazy messed up job. Because if you was thinking beyond it, you start working towards what you think. You work towards what you believe, right? So if you believe that you're great, eventually you'll be great if you're not great already. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. It sounds cliche, but it's real. It's real. Once you start realizing all these people that have success in anything, they say they visualize it. They say they work towards it. Now all of a sudden, the thing that was visualized became their actuality and reality. It's like they manifested and walked straight into this different realm of reality. So if they can do it, why can't we? Same way with the kingdom. See the kingdom and do what you got to do to get there. And we know the guideline, fear him and keep his commandments and love your brother. Is that all? No. Is that all? No. All right then, so what are we doing here? Come on, bro.
But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
You hear that? So if you putting all your work in the Spirit, that's what you're going to reap. But if you putting all your work in sin, that's what you're going to reap. And the wages of sin is what?
Death.
That's what it is. So we see directly what happens to yourself if you sin. It brings on sickness, disease. And with disease come death. That's the ultimate end of disease, death. Unless you stop sinning and go forth and sin no more, and you are what? Healed. We see Christ do that all the time. He healed people and he told them, don't be sinning. Go forth, sin no more. Meaning, you were sick because you were sinning. So we see a lot of people going into these doctors and they have cancer or all these STDs and HIV and all this crazy stuff going on, but behind it is actually sin. Years and years of sin that then finally attacks you. That's all it is. And when you change your mindset, you change your blood, you change your DNA, you change your actual healthy structure, you change everything about you. All off your mind. Because your mind is vibration. And anything to do with vibration can be manipulated. Because it's nothing. It's no thing. Come on, you go read the 10.
Verse 9. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not.
Straight up.
As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men.
He says, let us do good unto who?
All men.
If you have opportunity, he says, let you do good unto all men. Because you're passing on that love frequency, that 528 frequency. You not feel good at that frequency? It gives you a position in the universe. You actually feel like you're worth something for once. You're like, hey, I'm actually doing something that's affecting everything else around me. I'm important. Huh? It ain't nothing like feeling like you're here for no reason. And we are here for a reason. We was created for the glory, to be God's glory, to fear him, keep his commandments, and be light unto who? The Gentile. But if you're too busy in your flesh, how are you doing that with anything or anybody? Huh? You're too into yourself. You're being selfish. And only a selfish person steady commit the same sin, knowing that it affects everybody else around him. Huh? If I know every time I'm drinking, I'm probably going to get up, get into it with my woman, curse out, you know what I'm saying? End up probably fighting or something, or I'm gonna go to the bar, whoop on somebody, and why am I drinking? Obviously, my disease is affecting everybody else. That's selfish if I continue to do that. Huh? That's selfish. Don't y'all agree? So why do we steady constantly sin, knowing that it don't only affect you? Huh? It even affect God. When he grieved, when he had to flood the world, he was grieved. He like, man, wicked Negro, I gotta flood the whole earth.
Let's go.
Huh? I just got done making man. Eve just, you know what I'm saying? I just got over that. Now the whole world is doing this. Alright, let me destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Let me do the flood. Alright, let me send my son out. Like he's constantly showing us his effort and his grace towards us, and we constantly spitting in his face. Because we don't understand vibration. We don't understand ourselves. We don't understand the purpose and the reason why we are here on earth. And whose problem is that? That ain't his. He gave you the guideline in the book. But a lot of Negroes don't believe. Simply what it is. I mean, we can have all the fancy classes and talk all the, scientific facts and proof. It all goes down to belief. A lot of people don't believe because if you really believe that the Most High is coming to judge, if you really believe that, you wouldn't be out here sinning and stanky legged. You'll be in these scriptures and you'll be watching and waiting on the kingdom to come while preaching about the second coming. But a lot of us ain't doing that. Why? Because you doubt. You have doubt. And doubt is part of that low vibrational frequency. Come on, you bro.
Verse 10 again. Yeah. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith.
Ooh, you hear that? Especially unto them that are of the household of the same belief, on the same frequency as you. We got to keep vibing. Huh? It's a lot of people I don't vibe with. I'm like, nah, I can't vibe with him. We get around, it's a vibrational distraction. It's a war. Negative versus positive. No ground, no neutral, just spiritually banging. I can't be around him. I need to be on somebody that's on my level. I need to be with somebody that's on my level. I have conversation with people that's on my level. Why am I talking to somebody that don't understand me? What is the point of me talking? Huh? Why are you teaching if you can't break down and edify? Don't make sense, dude. So why are we sinning when we know it affects other people? Huh? What's the point of that? That has to be a selfish spirit on you. Right. You can't love your brother when you are willfully committing sin and you're around him. Huh? At least if you off in the spirit, like, you know what, I ain't gonna come around today. I need to get my spirit in check. I don't want to rub them vibes off on y'all. Or I don't want to give you my pity story, complain, have you feeling all bad. That'd be another thing. People be want to complain about their whole entire lifestyle. All right, that's cool and all, but damn. I was just eating my cup of fruit, drinking my water, feeling good. Now you want to put all this burden on me. You put it all on me. And just leave me with it. You ain't got no solution. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with that?
I was feeling good.
Like we have no respect of other people's energy, or other people's personal frequencies. We don't. Like, stop killing each other vibes. Huh? Yeah, vampires, like blood-sucking vampires, suck the life right on the body, and then go on like it's all good. It's supposed to be an exchange. Well, no, it is exchange. You give me your negative, I give my, then you just going on. No, we're supposed to be killing this energy together. Don't kill my vibe. Kendrick Moore said it. Y'all know what the song is. Don't kill my vibe. And everybody wonder what that is. He's talking about vibrations. He understood it. Huh? Come on. No. Let's go here. Let's move this lesson on up. We're going to get it. So look, that's on yourselves. Mally, write these down. Jeremiah 5:20-25. Deuteronomy 30:15-20. Them are for sins that directly affect you. Yeah, Jeremiah 5:20-25. Deuteronomy 30:15-20. So that's the cause and effect for self when you sin and you have these low vibrational thoughts. This is something that happens directly to you. But remember, it's a ripple effect. You hear me? That grenade ain't only gonna blow your hand off. They got like a 50 to 100 mile radius on it. You dropping bombs, everybody's affected. So we're gonna get into the ripple effect and see what happens to others when you sin. Let's go to Romans. Romans 5. Romans 5:10-12. Romans 5:10-12. 8-12. Yeah, 8-12. Yeah, she back there singing some songs, some heavenly songs. Romans 5.
chapter 5, verse 8.
Let's start it at 1. Let's do it.
There you go.
Romans chapter 5, verse 1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with Yahweh through our Lord Jesus Christ.
You hear that? So you see what comes with operating at this frequency, peace. Because it ain't no peace for the wicked, is it? No. Yeah, not at all. You can't sleep at night. You too busy watching out for your own shadow. You scared to go to sleep. After the act sweeping commit, like, oh, I might not wake up off this. So you see that it ain't even peace. You don't even have peace of mind when you operate at this low frequency. And then when you real unhealthy and you sinful, you be feeling whack. You just feel whack. Like, man, who am I today? I just don't even feel right. You get a metallic taste in your mouth. You're dehydrated. Lips got wrinkles in them. Blackheads all over your face. Like, man, this is sin setting in. That's sin. For real. Like, when you ain't feeling good, your body showing. Always coughing, hogging up loogies, mucus all in them. That be for sin. Because when you feeling good, don't none of that stuff be happening, do it? You feel good, you want to put something on the grill, you want to be around people. That's that high frequency, that's that love frequency. You want to reunite with your brother. When you feeling off, you be feeling whack as hell. You don't even want to show your face. Like, where you been for the last couple months? Been wobbling in your own spit, Been doing some sinning. That's what it be, y'all tell me. I know this person from my own experience. Come on with it.
Verse 2. By whom also we have access by faith unto this grace, wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of Yahweh.
That's right.
And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also.
You hear that? So when you at this vibrational frequency, when you operating in this realm of faith, and you know that Yahweh got your back, and you believe in a Mashiach through and through 100%, it's saying whether it's sunny days or dark days, in your head it's still sunny days, because you rejoicing. You rejoicing, it's all good. Because you know that a rest is coming. Where it don't get dark. There's no such thing as a dark day in the kingdom. This is the frequency we need to be operating on. This is what we need to be spreading and showing to other people that's in this congregation and to the wicked. Come on.
Knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope.
You hear that? So all of these things are attached to this 528 frequency. You got hope, you got rejoicing, you got patience, you got faith. Kind of sound like the fruits of the Spirit, So a person that's operating in this is operating in love. And that's what the first fruit of the Spirit is, what? Love. Makes sense. Come on.
And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of Yahweh is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Ghost, which is given unto us.
So love is given through the Holy Ghost, which is given unto us. But the only way you're going to get the Holy Ghost if you operating in the realm that you need to be operating on, keeping these commandments, and you was meditating on these words. Who was doing it? And if you all doing it, and you saying you all, then we need to see love from you. Ain't no question you got to answer out loud. But if you got your head in these books, you keeping these commandments, you supposed to be showing forth that and showing that through your brotherly love, your sisterly love. And these are things that keep our vibration high amongst each other. Come on.
For when we were yet without strength, in due time Christ died for the ungodly.
You hear that? Yet without strength. I always talk about it. Remember, we was talking about that weakness. Now without strength. But who restores this energy and give us back our strength? Who restores this energy and give us back our high vibrational frequency? Christ. Because he came and took it from us. He took our burdens. He took our negatives and gave us positives. And then we turn around and go negative again? That's spitting in his face. You might as well take him and put him back on the cross. You might as well be just like them filthy heathen Romans that took him out. Or be like them sellout bootlicking Negroes that helped put him on the cross. See what I'm saying? So when you operating at these vibrational frequencies, know the spirits that's attached to them. Know that it ain't nothing like we always, like when we go science, we just be thinking about sciences and not trying to link it up to the Bible or think about the spiritual aspect part of it. That's all science is. It is the Bible. It is God. God created science. He is science. Science within all of us. All science is something that you can test, observe, and come up with a conclusion. And we can do that to sin. You test sin. You sin, wickedness come from it, you get sick, most time you die. Boom. Test it, observe it, you see the outcome. Same thing with righteousness, same thing with your thoughts. I remember being a little boy, and I always was scared to flip. Always. I used to be real good at acrobats. I'm talking about dope notes, all that. I got about like 14, doubted one time in mid-air, came down on my neck. Boom! I was landing all my life. But that fear got in me, that doubt got in me, them low vibrational frequencies. And what I used to do, I couldn't do it no more. So if that happened on something minute as that, think about on a grand scale. Everything we do affect everybody. Just like parents of households. You're the cook of the house. You the one provide the food. If you feed yourself unhealthy things, of course you feed it to your children. So then when everybody's sick and all diseased up, your thoughts affected what? The whole household. Everything. I mean, down to the littlest things. Down to the littlest things. You know gas need to be in the car, put gas in the car. So let you be on the highway and then run out in the middle of the highway, then what? It's rush hour traffic. Everybody late to work. All because of you and your thoughts, your vibrations. Little stuff. Like little bitty things affect everybody. And all thoughts start with thoughts. Because before you speak, before you read, before you do, before you move, it all comes in a thought form. It all comes in a thinking process. And these are vibrations. So we have to watch our vibes. What I was talking about, don't kill my vibe. Negro, make sure your vibe is vibrating at the right level first. Why you talking about don't kill? Maybe it need to be killed. You know what I'm saying? We need to really start studying ourselves. We don't know nothing about ourselves. Like, do we honestly, what do we know about us? We don't even study ourselves. We study everybody else. We wear everybody else stuff. We eat everybody else food, and we don't study nothing about us. Honestly. Why not? Because we so used to vibing off everybody else. When we have our own vibrational frequency. He gave it to us. He changed our blood. He gave us the blood covenant. He set our frequency at this high frequency with Abraham. When Abraham's name was changed, we was brought into the fold. A new nation came out, Israel. We need to be figuring out what Israel eat. What Israel eat? Okay, did that grow in Israel? Why we eating? Huh? Did they wear that in Israel? Why we wear it? Did they do this type of behavior activity in Israel? I'm talking when they was in a righteous state. You know Israel. You know some crazy things. I'm telling you. But like, why we not thinking like that? Why we not trying to be sons and daughters of Elohim? I mean, we say it with our lips, but our actions, we be like the heathen, doing everything they do. And then as soon as we get diagnosed with something, we flip out and just give up like a dog and put his tail in between his legs and roll over and die. Like, what is up with that? It's like we lost all knowledge of self. And how can you say you know God and you don't even know who the hell you are? How?
And we got the power because everybody want to be us.
Yeah, but
but they don't want the curses to come with being us.
We too busy being everybody else though. Too busy being everybody else. Too busy. The same. Like for instance, how can you claim you conscious, but you'll walk in here with a blind wig on? But you conscious though. You got a blind wig. It don't add up. How can you claim you conscious, but you will stuff a Big Mac juicy human meat burger from McDonald's down your throat? Knowing that it's fake, knowing it causes diseases, but you conscious though. How can you claim you conscious, but you still committing the same sins that you was committing when you first came to the truth? But you conscious though. How you claiming you conscious, but you still hanging with them same head busting niggas that you was hanging with before you came into the truth? Not giving them truth, but you riding with them. Like everything about your life ain't even changed, but you claim your consciousness changed. How?
You're renewing another mind.
What you do? Telepathy jumped in somebody else's body or something? We know reincarnation ain't real, so you're lying. And that's not love. Love is when you see somebody off, you correct them. And you do it in a neat way, like the scripture said. But some people need sharply rebuked. Like, hey, get that together, or you're gonna die. Flat out. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, all we gotta do is learn how to, look, once you learn yourself, you'll learn how to manipulate elements, which is vibrations. And it's easy talking to other people. And then sometimes you don't even gotta say nothing because you bring in the light, they automatically feel messed up when they ain't seeing anyway. I'm telling you. You see something righteous going on and you just got done doing an act, boy. Like, what's wrong with you? What you been doing today? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff is real. Like, I remember, I give it like 4 years ago. Mally used to text everybody these little text messages with scriptures in them. And one scripture he texted, it hit my phone. And I'm like, man, this nigga know what I did last night? He hit me with that text. I text back and said, what's up, bro? We got a problem. So you want to talk to me about something? He like, boy, I sent these scriptures to everybody. Look at your thread. It was 20 people that had the same message. But me guilty because the same thing that he just sent the text and the scripture about, I just got done doing. I automatically felt guilty. I'm like, dang, bro, what's up? You want to holler at me about something? Hey, somebody talking about me? Like, how you know I broke the commandment last night? You know what I'm saying? Hey, crazy, man. Just show you them vibrations, though. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about energy. Everything is about vibration. And if yours is not operating at a certain frequency, you are sick. You are a work of darkness. It ain't no between. Come on, bro.
For scarcely for a righteous man will one die, yet peradventure for a good man, some would even dare to die.
Right.
But Yahweh commendeth his love toward us.
You hear that? They're going to love again. He commended his love towards us. And he loved us so much, he say, look, the least y'all can do is love each other. I give y'all 528, you need to be sharing the same thing. It's a certain frequency. And this thing grows stuff. Look, they actually start doing this with plants. Look this up, y'all. It's called healing plants with music. And they play it at a certain frequency and tone. And a plant that have a broken leaf, it'll straight heal itself and grow faster. And they usually do guitars and saxophones and pianos. And they play it at a 528 frequency, hertz of frequency. And the plant grows. And your body is a chemical plant. You have limbs like plants do. You have water, you need water. You're made of 75% water like plants do. Plants breathe in carbon dioxide, but they breathe out oxygen. You breathe in oxygen, but you breathe out carbon dioxide.
Man.
Plants actually get rid of waste called soil. You get rid of waste called boo-boo. Everything. Plants grow from the ground. You were created from the dust of the ground. So isn't you a plant? So if this type of frequency and these type of vibrations heal the plant, can't the same frequency and vibration heal you? So why are we listening to crazy music? Why are we thinking crazy thoughts? Why are we still sinning? We see the cause and effects of everything else around us, but we put ourselves out of the situation because we don't believe.
Can we Google the sound?
Yeah. Pull them up on you. Put them up on YouTube. Just type in this. Write it down to your paper. Type in 528 love frequency. It's gonna operate at around 602 megahertz, and it's a very high tone pitch. And this very pitch, they say, is the actual circadian rhythm of Earth. Then you have a different one that's of the universe that equals up to 9. We know that 9 represents the number of truth. Like everything goes down to numbers. And these 22 letters, these 22 numbers, like everything matches up. So like,
528,
no, 5, this right now, 528 hertz, the love frequency. And it'll show you, they'll show you them growing stuff with it, healing. Y'all ain't never heard of tonation healing or sound healing, vibrational healing. All of this stuff is real.
I go to sleep listening to some of them.
Me too, bro.
We have it playing in the
I know
background.
some of the Hindis use om and they just mom it out.
Yeah, but see, but that all of that's Hebrew. All of that's Hebrew. All of it is. They stole all of that knowledge from us. And they using it and healing themselves and they people with it. And we look at it and look at it like it's taboo and laugh at them. When we niggas dying left and right from cancer and all kinds of made up diseases. They don't go to the doctor. They don't go to the doctor. We do. Like they took our knowledge and they took everything from us and we steady going to the heathen for everything and they going to us for our knowledge. And it's healing them, but we dying. You don't see them over there eating chickens at an excessive rate like we do. Look, it's so many, we eat so much chicken in America, there ain't no more real chickens out there. They cloning chickens and making them and we done ate all the real chickens up. What's up, Mom?
It said that 528 frequency cleans the polluted waters in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, look, they clean that. Guess what they also clean too? They clean your bloodstream and it cleans your gallbladder. Now, if anybody real deep into scriptures, you know that spirit's directly connected to gallbladders. Spirit soul.
They talk about the fish gallbladder.
Yeah, exactly. And look, that frequency actually heals that and goes through your organs. And it's real good for your liver and your kidneys, your thyroid glands, your heart, and your pituitary gland and your colon gland. And most black men die from colon cancer.
Let me say this too. Like we made a ticket made out of 70% water. Now you remember it's a story in the Gospels about a certain angel that used to trouble the waters. At a certain season, whoever got into the waters was healed. See what I'm saying? So even when you get the like vibration, when you're listening to them, because you made out of 70% water, there's a lot of transformation going on. I'm saying is like being you made out of 70% water, them vibrations flowing through you actually do wonders. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than just the sound or whatever. It's the vibration that we're talking about. You feel me? I go to sleep to a lot of them. I turn right on YouTube, millions of views. You be like, dang, it's my first time. What do you mean millions? Everybody been watching.
Everybody synced in, but us. Yeah. Look, check this out. We just talking. I'm not even moving. He just barely over tapping his feet. What is this water doing? It's moving. If you made up 75% of that, that means you are directly connected. Look, anything that happens, any type of vibration, any type of thought, it directly affects you. So if you thinking in thoughts is just like this, it's vibration. So if you thinking negative vibration, your negative vibration affects somebody else. It's just that simple. You are selfish when you sin. You are selfish and you don't love your brother when you sin because you're killing him.
thinking fleshly about yourself.
Yeah. Come on, bro. Let's get
Verse 8 again. But Yahweh commendeth his love toward us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us.
You hear that? While we was yet sinners, operating in this death vibration, our bodies operating at 25 kilohertz. He said he came and he took that from us. He came and took that from us and gave us life again, gave us love again. Come on.
Much more than, being now justified by his blood, we shall be saved from the wrath through him.
Oh, praises. Come on.
For if, when we were enemies, we were reconciled to Yahweh by the death of his son.
You hear that? Because we was enemies. Remember, we was the 2-bit whore. Sleeping with everybody that walked past. Most I had to divorce us. So I can't be with no hoe. Gotta get rid of y'all. But he loved us so much, he like, you know what? Got a plan. I'm gonna send my son down there. Y'all can get back. Y'all gotta marry back into the branch. You gotta marry the righteous branch, and I'll bring y'all back in the fold, under the family. See, that's how much love he had for us. But we don't even show that amount of love. Somebody do something to us, we don't forgive. And it be over some petty stuff. You be having low vibrational warfare with your brothers over the pettiest thing. The pettiest thing. We have problems giving to one another. You see your brother in need, help him out. Huh? Pass your brothers up on the street corner. Like, what type of vibration is that? That's not love. Because love is giving. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. It said, husband, love your wives. You gotta give yourself to them. You gotta be willing to lay your life down for your family. Just like Christ did for the church. Ephesians 5, that's what love is. Love is sacrifice and obedience. Willing to sacrifice yourself, but be obedient enough that you ain't gotta sacrifice yourself. Huh? How can you say you love your brother, but you're not willing to give him good vibration? You're not willing to give him God. You're not willing to give him love. Don't the scripture say that God is what? Love. Love is God. What we doing here? Huh? You still mad and got taught with a Hebrew or Shebrew, and you don't even know what for. Why we into it again? You got to start asking yourself that. You don't even remember.
No.
We got to change our vibrational frequency.
Don't take it no further.
Because whatever we think affects people that's around us. Whatever we think, whatever we do affect people that's around us. Whether you willfully know that or not. Jeremiah said he was saddened in his heart when he seen the iniquity of Israel. He said he went and wept in his closet. We didn't even know he wept for us. So we directly affected him for our sins and we didn't even know it. So whether you know it or not, your actions affecting somebody else. So why are we being so selfish? That's hate. That's not love for your brother. That is hate. And he said, for those that say they love me and hate their brother, is a liar. And the truth ain't in you. So again, what are we doing here?
So that's the wisdom the knowledge bringing about the wisdom, and the wisdom bringing about the great sorrow, right?
Yeah. Basically, sum it all up, yeah.
Verse 10. For if, when we were enemies, we were reconciled to Yahweh by the death of his son, much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life.
We shall be what?
Saved by his life.
Come on.
And not only so, but we also joy in Yahweh through our Lord Jesus Christ, by whom we have now received the atonement.
Come on, here it goes.
Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world.
You hear that? By one man, sin entered into the entire world. Now tell me that there ain't no cause and effect. One man. We all gotta die because of one man. You telling me that transgression ain't affected us? And this is thousands and thousands of years. Huh? Me and Molly be working. As soon as that sweat hit our brow, oh Adam, what have thou done? What has thou done, Adam? Like we die, we working in the heat, mosquitoes biting you all on your ass. We don't mosquitoes in the garden of God. We got mosquitoes, ticks, thorn bushes. We just had to remove some thorn bushes. Pricking you all in your side, your arm, one grabbing my leg. I'm like, oh Adam, what have thou done? He did one sin and it affected us till this day in multiple ways. We get pricked by thorns. We sweat. We get hot. Mosquito bites and all kinds of stuff that didn't exist then. We got all that. Then after that, we die.
And to show you the magnitude, because whenever any of those things happened to him, when he first felt them, he tried to kill us.
Yeah, if you read it, well, look, read the lost books. Adam felt that heat. He felt that heat. He said, what type of heat is this? Yeah, y'all gotta watch it. Read the lost books. Adam finally felt that sun. He like, man, so this what he meant in that Galatians 3? Yes, you want to sweat from the brow of your face. Yeah, there's such thing as mosquitoes now. Yeah, you boo-boo now. You have to take dump because you're not eating angel food no more. Everything changed. From him sinning affected everybody else. So if that happened to him, what about us? What? We're different? Is we different? No. Come on, Hebrew.
Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned.
Come on.
For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there was no law.
So look, when there is no law, there is no sin.
Right.
So if you operate above sin, then you operate on the lawly level where your vibrations is high. You're not being affected by it. Shalom, family. Come on. Let's jump. Let's go to Romans 14, 11 to 13, and then we go to another category. And we'll finish this lesson off, right? Romans 14. Y'all got some understanding so far? Yeah. All praise. Romans 14, 11 to 13. Love frequency 528, what we need to be operating on. Romans 14, 11 to 13, y'all.
Romans chapter 14, verse 11. For it is written, as I live, said the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to Yahweh. So then, every one of us shall give account of himself to Yahweh. Let us not therefore judge one another anymore, but judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block or an occasion to fall in his brother's way.
You hear that? So we not supposed to be out here sinning, making stumbling blocks for our brother. You hear that? He said, look, you don't need to be worried about nothing else. You need to be worried about when you around your brothers and when you amongst yourself, you're supposed to be operating at a total different frequency, a high enough level. When they see you, they feel love. When they see you, it make them want to keep the commandments. When they see you, it make you want to do right. Not when they see you, it make them want to go bust some niggas' heads, go get drunk out their mind, get high out their mind. It's saying we supposed to be examples for one another. And the only way we can be examples to one another if we love one another. Because remember, love is giving yourself. Sacrifice. Sacrifice means to give. If I'm not willing to give you me, then what are we even talking about? Why are we cool? I can't go to war. What happens if it go down right now? Well, I'm going to just be protecting me and you? You ain't going to be doing nothing? Huh? Come on. That's it for that? Alright, look, that's for others. We can go all day with this class. We're going to get to another one. We're going to show how it affects God. We're going to show how the same thing affects God. Let's go to Isaiah 59. Isaiah 59, 1 to 4. So we see that sin and this low vibration directly affects you. We see now that this low vibration directly affects others. Now we finna see how it affects the heavens. It affects the Most High. Yeah, Romans 14, brother. And Romans 14, 11, 13, write down 1 Corinthians 12, 12 to 27. Romans 9, 1 to 3. 1 Corinthians 12, 12 to 27. Romans 9, 1 through 3. That's how your sin affect others. Your low vibration affect others. Now we finna get into how your sin and your low vibration affect the heavens. It affects God. We already know. We don't need to hit the one about how he grieved because he had to get rid of everybody on earth for sinning. He had to flood the earth. So we see that Most High have his emotions. He get angry. Isaiah 17. He said we have kindled fire there. He's angry at us. Well, we kindled a fire in him. We see that he get jealous. He's a jealous God. We see that the heavens rejoice. He asks Job, where are you? When the sons of the morning, when the morning stars and the sons of God shouted for joy. So we see that there's joy in the heavens. When a new member is gained into the faith, they rejoice. They also feel pity too. Most High also show pity and mercy. So we see that even he goes through his own levels of vibration. Where you think we get it from? So we need to be on the same frequency he on. And we read about love, love, love. He only hate when you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. We don't need to be on that wrong side of the sword when it comes to the creator of the universe and all things that's in it. You feel me? Come on. Isaiah 59.
1 through 4.
1 through 4, my brother.
Reading from the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 1. Behold, the Most High's hand is not short, that it cannot save.
Ooh, you hear that? Just always hearing about love from my father. His hand ain't short, that it cannot save. Y'all know whose right hand is? Who's his right hand, y'all? Mashiach. Yeah. Come on.
Neither his ear heavy, that it cannot hear.
Ooh, man, he hear all things. Even them prayers that a Mashiach bring to him. Come on.
But your iniquities have separated between you and your Elohim.
You hear that? So what did your iniquities do? All our sins did what? It separated us from this love. That's why we don't have no love amongst Israel. That's why we not operating on this 528 frequency no more. Because our iniquities. That's why we don't have love. We just read in Matthew 24, for the love of many shall wax cold. That's why we see our brothers killing our brothers. Negroes selling dope to their aunties and mothers. Some crazy stuff. You be like, what? People killing their children. Putting them in trash vans like Brenda had a baby. Children killing their mothers and fathers. Like, what happened to the love? What happened to this frequency? We lost it. And we lost it through being in this low vibrational frequency for so long. So now all it is hate. And that's all you see. Brothers talking about each other. Sisters can't get along. And I'm talking inside of the faith. What's that about? What's really going on? We need to find who we are. Everybody know that they Israel, okay? But beyond that, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Like, what are we? What is your goals? What are you planning on doing to get to this kingdom? How you plan on reaching people through your talents? Who are you? We don't even know what good we like. We just know about what you like. I like to drink, smoke, Zoe warfare. We go to all the negative stuff that we like to do. Warfare. You like all the negative. All right, what else you like to do? Never heard, I like to go to Bible study on Saturdays. I like to go on the street corners and teach. I like to teach class. You're all kinds of other stuff. I like to dance. Look, we ain't talking about all of that. Our vibrational frequency is so off, we became so below. We attached to the flesh so much, we don't even think spiritual. We don't even see spiritual. Pineal gland all glorified up and hard as a rock. It's supposed to be soft as a pea, it's hard as a rock. Can't see into the future, can't see into none of your rams, can't see nothing. Only thing you see is flesh, lust, drinking, smoking, low vibrational music, lowing warfare, worried about smacking a bee upside the head, and all kinds of crazy stuff I be hearing. Just walk in the store and just hear conversations. Man, you be like, we losing out here bad.
We're losing.
Hold on, so somebody else.
I was going to say, well, the downside to that, when you vibrate higher, you separate yourself even from people that's in the faith.
Yeah, but look, so is them people really in the faith?
But you know what? Like I said, the more I learned, I was at a point, at one point in time where I was stagnant. But when we started to see that there was more, especially when it came to the Messiah, we did elevate high for the people in the faith that were with us.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, same thing. Like when you start off in truth, I used to be around non-Messianics and all that. But same thing with you. Once I was fully grounded in Mashiach, the hell am I doing talking to you niggas for? We have nothing to talk about. Elevated higher. You know what I'm saying? It's brothers in the truth. It's some brothers I just can't chill with. You don't do what I do. You don't think how I think. You still on corner levels. Yes, you say shalom and you come to feast days or whatever, but you don't rock like that. You ain't down with the faith like I'm down with the faith. I can't vibe with you. We can't vibrate on the same level. The brothers you see me around is because we think alike, and his conversation sound like mine. Whether he away from me or in my face, it sounded like me. Like so many people said, you sound just like Malachi. It's the same vibration. It's not I'm imitating. I'm not copying him or nothing. It's the same spirit, that same vibration. You sound like Ariel. It's that same vibration. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. But a lot of people look. He said it. All Israel ain't Israel. Hey, these go for some people that sit right next to you, that's in front of you, behind you, people you run into every day. Like you never know what somebody thinking. The only way you can tell what somebody thinking is by their actions and what they produce. You know what I'm saying? If you see oranges falling from that tree and they say I'm an apple tree, you a liar. I just picked up some oranges. What the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And this is what it is. Everything's separated. Oranges don't grow on apple trees, do they? But they both taste good. You know what I'm saying? Everything just had a different levels. And it ain't like we making cliques or separations or nothing like that. It's just you vibe with who you vibe with. You rock with who you rock with. I can't talk to somebody that don't understand me. They be thinking, like a lot of people think I be talking about some taboo, Hinduism, and it's like everything I talk about from script. But I see a different perspective of scripture, so I can't, when I come around, I talk about scripture, it's going to be somebody that understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they be like, this nigga, y'all kids all the way off.
That's the deep part. I understand very clearly. You described everything that was happening to me. I couldn't understand what was happening to me.
Yeah.
And I was praying and asking God to show me, and dude, you just broke completely everything. I mean, I understand just like it was.
You just kept gas. Look, this how it be. It's like a race. 10 cars, everybody fill up. But some people put 10 in their tank. They don't want to invest in a Mashiach like that. Some people put 15. They cool, but they like, I ain't finna put all mine. Then you got some people like me, I go all out. I'm putting 120 in the tank. I'm gonna fill my tank up so much, I gotta go back in the gas station and give me my change back. You know what I'm saying? When you fill up, you got the change left over. So when this race gets started, the one that put 10 in, he's running out of gas. Soon as he hit the next block. One that took 15, it looks good. Give it a year or two, he's out of gas. But then you see, you still moving. But when you get on that level, you start seeing other brothers like, oh, you must have filled your gas tank all the way up too. We can vibe, we can rock, we on the same level. Again, not separating nobody or saying people are stupid and some are smart. I'm just saying, like, your words and your belief is what mold and shape your wisdom and your understanding. And that's just what it is. It's all about vibration. If you operating at a 5 and you ain't never trying to level up, you're gonna always be a 5. Don't get mad at me because I'm on 528. This is what it is. I kept going, you didn't. So of course our language is gonna be different, the way we think is gonna be different, how we look is gonna be different. I'm probably feeling healthy, you're probably feeling sick as hell, you know? Because vibrations change everything about you. They change your body, it change your mind, it change your DNA structure, it changes the molecules in your body, all the way down to your protons, electrons, and neutrons. Because remember, all of it is what? Vibration. All of it. You guys on?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 2. But your iniquities have separated between you and your Elohim.
Meaning that God what? If God used to mess with us and then all of a sudden he don't no more, that means he's feeling some type of way.
Right.
Huh? That's a feeling. You used to mess with me, now you don't? Obviously he feels some type of way. We see that our sin directly affected him. Because he can't even deal with us no more. I'm not dealing with you 2-bit whores. Sound crazy, but hey, you look at Jeremiah, we was all kind of hoes. Backsliding hoes, pole dancing hoes. We was. Come on. On a different vibration, huh? Come on.
And your sins have hid his face from you.
You see that? Look, our sins. He didn't say he hid his face from us. It says our sins did that. Because he can't really look at sin like that. He's true. He can't lie. We making a mockery of him. He can't deal with us like that. So your sins, your vibrations directly affect others, even the entities that are in the heavens. That's how much your sin affect things. So if you know this, why are we sinning? Why we won't level up? Why do we choose to be in our flesh? Why do we choose to be so low? Huh? Last time I checked, you're supposed to walk upright. You're doing slouching all over. Huh? Come on.
That he will not hear. For your hands are defiled with blood.
Oh, you hear that? Our hands are defiled with blood. Unclean. Y'all know blood is unclean, right? Our hands are defiled with blood. You can't look at us. You don't want to deal with us. We have too much iniquity in us. Sinful nation. Holes. Operating at a low vibrational frequency. And he's saying, don't kill my vibe. But for y'all trying to kill my vibe, I'm going to kill y'all. That's why the wages of sin is what? Death. Comes full circle. All because you choose to operate at a certain vibrational frequency when you don't have to. From what we do, from what we think, from what we put in our mouths, to who we lay down with, and to who we keep company with. What we choose to watch on TV. I'm talking about it be little things. The type of clothes you wear, the type of colors you like. Everything has a part to play when it comes to energy, and all of that molds and shapes you and your reality. Whether you want to accept that fact or not. Come on.
For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies.
You hear that? Ain't words spirits? Ain't words vibrations? Not only are you committing low vibrations, you are speaking low vibrations. Yeah, you have a lustful eye. You even looking with low vibrations. You trying to hear mischief. You even listen with low vibrations. Everything you do is wicked. But then as soon as stuff start happening to you that's not up to par with your standards, you complain or cop out or tuck your tail and run. But whatever you sow, you reap. What do you expect? What do you expect? If you keep riding on the same gas tank day in, day out, eventually you're going to run out. You got to upgrade. If you never get a tune-up, eventually you're going to throw a ride. You have to tune up. You have to upgrade. You ride around on them same tires for 5 years, you're going to get on the highway one day and it's going to pop. You have to upgrade. So if this is with everything in life, then what about your mind? It's a computer. You have to upgrade a computer, right? Your mind is a hard drive. Your liver grounds your brain. You have chemicals inside your head. The back of your brain, your cerebellum, all of that holds all of your information. Your mind is a computer. It needs to be upgraded. You have to get the software upgraded, constantly clean it from what? Viruses, which is sin. And all of these are vibrations. So if everything else in life have to be done the same way, what makes you different? When you're the ultimate chemical plant, you're the ultimate computer. It makes sense? It makes sense, y'all? Yeah. Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy.
Your tongue hath muttered perverseness. None call it for justice.
You see that? None call it for justice. All of this and you ain't repenting. You ain't even thinking about the judgment that's coming.
Don't care.
You don't even care. You cool and operating at a sick, low vibrational frequency. It's cool to you because your body you used to being drained. You used to being sleepy all the time. You used to having pimples and blackheads and mucus build up. You used to coughing up loogies. You used to losing hair. You used to being sick. You have adapted to sin. You have adapted to that environment.
They're so used to being sick, they don't even realize
they sick. Exactly.
They think they feel.
How can you free a mind that doesn't know it's enslaved?
So just knowing that I'm a Hebrew, that ain't gonna cut.
That ain't gonna cut. No, that's the beginning. That is the beginning. Now it's time to live out the actual meaning of Hebrew.
Exactly.
To cross over. You're crossing over from the flesh into the spiritual realm. You're upping, you're leveling up, you're moving into a higher vibrational frequency. Like it'd be a whole different reality up there. I'm telling you, you start looking at stuff, you be like, man, that is off. Stuff you used to think was tight is just not this whack. Be like, nah, I'm cool. I'd rather not watch a football game. I don't watch people throw balls and put their hands on each other's butts, smack each other. I'm cool. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna watch another man wrestle with another man. I'm swapping sweat. Nah, I'm not enticed. I'm not enticed by that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of things. Now I will pass on that over deeply fried piece of chicken over there. I mean, hey, eat what you want to eat. It's not a sin, but I'll pass on it. You know, I don't feel like being drained. My kidneys hurting. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many. There's so many things that, like, when you really start upping level, when you really start leveling up, and you start coming on that vibrational chart and get higher, things that are earthly. You be like, what you say the other day, Mal? That'll be killing me, man. We was working the other day, and it was something. It was something real stupid that the job asked us to do to this house we was working on. And he said, why the, what you say? He said, why in the earth, what in the earthly thinking, the earthly matter is that? And I got to bug it up because it's like,
what kind of earthly sense does that make?
What type of earthly sense does that make? You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, these are earthly matters. Yeah. So like, once you really get on level, you start saying stuff, it's like, man, like, why is we worried about this earthly stuff?
Yeah, they want us to take a gun down and put it back up. It's already yours.
What type of earthly sense does that make?
What sense does this make?
You know what I'm saying? When you start operating on different levels of frequency, stuff don't be beneath you. It's just you be beyond it. You know what I'm saying? It don't be beneath you because you ain't no better than the next man, but you beyond them. You beyond them now. So it ain't like you looking down, you just too busy looking up to look down. Feel what I'm saying? So it ain't like we down in anybody, we just too up to look down. Why would I go back?
Right. Exactly.
What happened? Look, Lot's wife turned back and she turned into salt. Crystallized carbon. She's fossilized. She's done. I'm not trying to, I'm going back there for her. Like, we have to start really understanding ourselves, understanding how our mind works, understanding how we think, understanding the gateways to our thinking, and understanding what God loves and understand what we hate. Yes, we know we hate sinners, but what really is sin? Because if we really need to start getting into that and really meditating on that and stopping ourselves from doing these things because it's selfish. Because the more you sin, the more you affect who's around you. And that is selfish. And Christ wasn't selfish, he was selfless. That's why he died for all of our sins. He died for these very same low vibrations. So whenever you sin, you put him back on the cross. And anybody that had a hand in that is not seeing the kingdom. And you doing it again? Alright? We really need to start studying ourselves. Like, who are you? Like, when y'all get, like, look in the mirror when you get to the house and really ask, like, who the hell am I? Like, for real. Like, do y'all ask yourselves that? Honestly. All we do is, I'm Israel. Okay, and what does that mean? Who are you as an individual being a part of Israel? Where are you at in your relationship with Yahweh Shah Mashiach? Where are you at in your relationship with God? Where, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, where is you at? Where is your alliance with him? You might be a full-blown enemy to the Most High. Out here, skinny legged thinking you all buddy with him. And he the whole time he's like, Negro, you was an enemy.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Like, for real.
Living the illusion.
Yeah. Come on, let's jump, big bro. Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms 95, 9 and 10. We're gonna get a couple more, and we're gonna go and get up out of here. Yeah, Psalms 95, 9 and 10, bro. We all good so far? Sure. Alright, anything that don't sound right, let me know.
I got a question.
What's up, my brother?
Is that the idea is that the same idea of Genesis?
Yeah, the land of Pioneer. Yeah, same thing.
Seen God face to face.
Yeah, same thing. On a spiritual level. Remember, there's over 70 different understandings of Scripture. That's one of the understandings. Yeah, same thing.
Exactly where they get the whole concept from.
Yeah, the whole exact concept. Yep.
If you look up the pioneers, man, they say the seed of the soul, or one communes with the Most High.
Yeah.
And Penuel in Hebrew means face of God.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it means. You break it down. You can look it up in the Blue Letter Bible. It comes from two different words: El God and Pane, which means face.
Yeah. So in order to see the face of God spiritually, you have to open your spiritual eye, which is your pineal gland, which is an eyelid. It have an eyelid, it have a retina, it have an iris, and all of that. It's a straight eye. It sits in the middle of your brain in the third ventricle. And it's in water and substance called amniotic fluid. It's the size of a pea. Well, the heathen's the size of a pea. Ours is like the size of an acorn. For real. Because we Israel. We got the juice. And it rotates. It rotates in a vibrational frequency and it orbits like the sun. And at nighttime it orbits like the moon. And the more orbits and the more it vibrates, it emits something out called serotonin. It makes you serious. And serotonin is what drives your sex drive. It will drive your sleeping patterns. It will drive your digestive system. It keeps all the water and the fluids in your body regulated. Then at nighttime when you want to sleep, it orbits the other way. And it outputs something called melatonin. Melatonin is what makes us of many browns of colors. It's called a crystallized carbon database. It's all throughout our blood. It's called the covenant. We didn't have this before he gave us the covenant. When he gave us that blood covenant, that's when all this started happening. That's where the power came to Israel from. Israel, prince of the what? Power. It's all scripture. Everything is scripture.
So the closer you get to the Most High, the wider that pineal gland.
Yep. And it can go, and then it gets so wide to the point where you got to be called home. It's like Enoch. It's like, look, come on up. Come walk with God. Don't look at me no more now. Come walk with me. Let me give you a new body. Because you done conquered the what? The flesh. You don't need this body no more. You know what they call it? In the movies, they call it Avatar. Or morphing. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Or leveling up. Or transcending. It's called being totally and tapped to Christ conscious. It's when nothing earthly don't mean nothing to you no more. It's earthly. You lost all connections and emotions and ties with any fleshly thing. There's no reason for you to be here no more. You're ready to walk with God. And all of that is connected to this antenna called the third eye. And this is what brings your rhythm. It's called a circadian rhythm. It's what gives us rhythm. That's why we dance better than anybody. It gives you, it's all in your voice box. It's on your taste buds. Can't no heathen taste this pure like you taste it. Because you got taste buds in your tongue that you pull out taste to anything. It's in your eyes. It's in your eyes. When you see red, can't no heathen see red like you see red. You see the full range of color. You hear the full range of sound. You know what I'm saying? Everything about you is futuristic. You see beyond present. Can't nobody else do that. Huh? Somebody came and smacked, I can see a hand coming from this way. With a heathen, that's why I got the all-seeing eye, the nest in the sky. They can't see behind their head, so they put cameras everywhere. We don't need that. Huh? Everything about us, we dance better than everybody. We move better. We produce faster. Everything about us is A1. But we just a wicked ass nation, man. Which makes none of that mean anything, right? See what I'm saying, man? So we gotta start vibrating higher. Got to. Come on, bro. We was at Psalms 95. Psalms 95, 9 to 10. We'll do like 3 more. We're gonna get up out of here and I'm just explaining the circadian rhythm and give y'all some stuff to Google whenever y'all get home. Man, it's mind-blowing information. It's all in the scripture. All in the scripture. Right with God.
Psalms 95, verse 9. When your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my work, 40 years long was I grieved with this generation.
You heard that? He said 40 years long was he grieved with this generation. He said 40 years, so he must be talking about what? The wilderness. Midbar, the wilderness. Huh? So for 40 years he was grieved. If you actually look up this word grieved, everybody think like it meant he was like sad and crying. No, it meant he was rebuking. He turned his face from us because he was disgusted. Look up the word here. One of the definitions is disgusted. He was disgusted for us because we was that wicked. He didn't like us. He used to love us and he was like, how could I love something so harsh of a people? Huh? That means our sins directly affected God. Our sins. He loves us so much that anything we do affects him. So we affect God, which is the creator of all things. That means you have to affect one another. Have to. Come on. 10 again.
I'm going to start over at 10. 40 years long was I grieved with this generation, and said, it is a people that do err in their hearts, and they have not known my way, unto whom I swear in my wrath that they should not enter into my rest.
You hear that? So vibrating at this low frequency, you get no rest. You're gonna always be tired and won't be never to sleep. Ain't no peace for the wicked. None whatsoever. Let's get these last 2 verses. If we get up out of here, I can use this for our other listen.
Yeah, we'll do a sit down.
I got like 20 other scriptures right there. All right, let's get this 1 Thessalonians 5 and 8. We're going to get that Galatians 5, of course. We're going to go and get up out of here. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 8. Get her done. I'm looking on the camera here, bro.
It's still on doing good.
I'll pray.
30 minutes ago.
Yeah, see, man. His camera on. Look at it. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 8, and then Galatians 5. Anybody got any other questions? What's up, brother? Yeah, if you look up the word cross, he's saying he basically asking this across a tree. Same thing. Yeah. Just look up the word. Same thing. Just look up the word. That's why he said, "Curse the every man that hang from the tree." You know what I'm saying? Like we've been getting put out like that since before Christ was even crucified. We was getting put down like that. So yeah, same thing. Cross. Look at the word cross and go to stake. Keep going down. It's gonna say bowls. It's a tree. Same wooden tree. Bro. All right, let's get these last two. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 8 and Galatians 5. I guess it's on here.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 8. But let us, who are of the day, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love.
Putting on the breastplate of what?
Faith and love.
And we've been talking about that all day, belief and love. All right, let's see if y'all been listening. What vibrational frequency is love? Y'all been listening. Huh? All right, let's see. Come on with it.
And for an helmet, the hope of salvation.
Don't just sound like that Ephesians 6. Huh? Sound like the armor of God. So in order to stay in this high vibrational frequency, you have to have on God, meaning you can't have on the flesh. You can't wear both of them. You're either going to wear your flesh or you're going to wear the armor of God. And trust me, your flesh got all kinds of holes in his armor. So don't trust in yours or another man's. Come on. Oh, no, that's it. All right, let's get this last one. Galatians 5:16 on out. And all of these, look this stuff up. When they say love, joy, peace, long-suffering, goodness, gentleness, faith, meekness, temperance. All of these operate at the same thing because all of these are love. So everything we finna read operates at this frequency 528. So if y'all wanna heal y'all bodies from sickness and disease and be stronger in the faith, make sure y'all start implementing this. Whenever you see your brother showing love, joy, peace, long-suffering, goodness, gentleness, faith, and meekness, and it'll rub off on him, then he get to bring it to somebody else. Next thing you know, we got a whole intricate web of 528. That's a beautiful thing. You know how it be? Like it's gonna feel like every day is Passover. You know that love we get on Passover, the love we have for each other? Picture that same amount of love, that emotion every day with your brother. Yeah, you sound like the king. Yeah, that's what we're working towards, ain't it? Get it done. Let's go to 16.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. I'm starting at 14, sorry.
Let's go.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 14. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You hear that? Again, look, how many times you gonna read that? Love is the way to freedom. Love is the key to actually raising your vibration, raising your awareness. Love is the key to all that. Because the first 5 commandments is for God, right? The second 5 is to Christ, which is your brother. If you can do them to Christ, of course we can do it to one another. The 10 commandments is for God and his son. And if we operate in the commandments, we have no choice but to treat each other with such things. And that's love. Love is healing. It used to sound crazy when they be like, love is healing. It's true. Love heals. Love heals. Come on.
But if ye bite and devour one another,
Which is not love.
take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. This I say then, walk in the
It
Spirit.
says what?
Walk in the Spirit.
Walk in the Spirit. The Spirit is anything over 125 hertz. Write that down, y'all. Look it up. Prove me wrong. Anything over 125 H, lowercase z. Look it up. That's when you walking in the Spirit. Everything you do is spiritual awareness. You're not on a fleshly level. Your brain is operating differently. When you start getting up into 528, because look, right now, the way we either think with our right side or we think with our left. There's no in between. Once you get over 125, the neurons in your brain and the dendrites in your brain start connecting with each other. Once you get over 500, your brain thinks simultaneously. It's like one. It's like one side. That's when you can operate for real. So right now we're trying to get both sides of our brain to communicate with each other. The average person only uses 5.5% of his brain, and that's on the left side, which is rational thinking. Geniuses, the highest genius, which is the Steve Hawkins, he only used 14.3% of his brain, and he's the smartest man according to man. He's the smartest man on earth, and he's still thinking with his left side of the brain. So imagine paralyzed and all. So imagine if you can unlock 100% of your brain, and they both sides, the left and the right hemisphere of your brain, was active equal. That's God. That's the kingdom. That's God's status. Hold on. She had a question.
What did you say about 125? Did you say anything lower?
Yeah, anything lower than that is, so once you get to the 125 hertz, this when you start operating, it's what's called spiritual awareness. It's when your brain, it's when the dendrites of both hemispheres of your brains start going back and forth. They're not communicating yet, but they actually going back and forth. They interline. Once you get to 5, that's when they communicate. It only go up to 6. Because after 6 is all consciousness after that. That's when you start getting into like the rhythms of the moon, the lunar cycle rhythm, the solar cycle rhythm, and then the atmosphere. But like us being humans and thinking, like you can actually measure a thought. They do it all the time. Good on YouTube, type this in. Scientists are measuring thoughts. They hook something up to your brain, and when you make it think, it's a dial, then it's straight to the stretch. And you'll see if your thoughts are on a low vibrational frequency or a high one. No bull, man. It's all there. It's all there. Y'all just gotta look it up. Look at it, man. Y'all gonna be so intrigued by it. Y'all, I'm telling you, you be coming up with all kinds of lessons.
Yeah. So when you got your wife, that make you one on it. Like if you your left side and she was
exactly.
right side.
That was what I was gonna get to.
They one, right?
Brought it out my mouth. So the left side is you. Rational side. They call this the security side. This the side that always be, they call it fail-proof, where if basically if something brings harm, you automatically shut it down. That's the man. That's the left side of your brain. Then you have the creative side of your brain, which is the woman side. She's the help me. She's the one to bring all your dreams into fruition. She's the one to get out here and get things done. You're like, look, mama, I need you to go handle this and handle that. And she handle it. You get an order, she do. That's the right side. That's the creative side. That's what they call the spiritual side. Just like the pH balance. You have alkaline, you have acid. Acid is male, alkaline is female. But when they work together, they in perfect harmony. You in perfect health. Same thing with your brain. Both of the hemispheres of your brain act together equally. You in perfect spiritual health. But that's the kingdom.
That's what the 6-point storm represents, the female and the male.
Yeah, man. And amongst many other things, though.
He converted it, though.
Yeah, of course. But we got to take the 6. So let's take the word 6-point star out of it. Let's just say the lily, which is God's favorite flower, or something like that. Or the DNA structure, which is shaped the same way. Yeah. The ratio, which is a vibrational frequency, bro. Look it up. Yeah. Any other questions?
His favorite flower?
The lily. Yeah, the lily. Yeah, look that up. And look up the health benefits for lilies and look up the vibrational frequency of a lily. It'll blow your mind what it equal up to. Look it up. And after you do that, hit me on Facebook. It's gonna blow your mind.
You said the health benefits of a lily?
Yeah, look up the health benefits of a lily and the vibrational frequency of a lily. And look up how long it takes a lily to become fully grown. Blow your mind.
I'm sorry, what was the last one?
How long it takes a lily to be fully grown.
Put on the board, Mama.
Fully grown.
Yeah, to be fully grown. And just peep these numbers. The numbers just match up. People like, hold on, how's these numbers lining up to other stuff like this? I grow lilies. I grow lilies in my front yard. I eat them every time they grow. I pick them and I eat them. I just eat them.
Vibrational frequency of it all.
Yeah, the vibrational frequency of a lily, the health benefits to them, and how long it takes for it to grow once it's put in the ground to when it's fully grown. And they good to eat. I eat all the weeds that grow in my yard. I pick them and eat all of them.
Eat all what?
All the weeds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, weeds are herbs. Everything that they tell you that they tell you to spray weed be going on it is because they don't want you to heal yourself. All the weeds that grow in North America are actually bitter herbs. They heal your body. Yep, they heal your body. Like dandelions, very good for you. Yeah, all the weeds that grow in your yard in North America are called herbs, bitter herbs. Dandelion, that's an herb. It's called catalia. That's an herb. All these herbs that grow, you think it's weeds, you trying to run over the lawnmower and get them out your yard and you picking them. Look, pick them, wrap them up, clean them real good, steam them, make you some tea. Or do like I do. I do botany eating. I just eat mine raw. Pull them up and eat them.
Yeah, but how do you know what they bitter?
I mean, a dog, look, you can't eat anything that grows in your grass, can't be bad. A dog's stomach hurt, it eats anything that grows in your yard, right? What about you? You know what I'm saying? They know what to do when they sick. They go to the yard. They don't go to the heathen.
Take a picture of it, research it, and just do the research on it.
Yeah, don't eat no poison ivy. If it's 3, let it be. If it's 3, let it be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he talk, hey, Elder taught me that. If it's 3, let it be. Okay. Vines? No, that's most of the time, them poison ivy. Yeah, don't touch those. Only vine we supposed to be eating from is Yahweh. He's the great vine. That's the only vine we gonna be eating from.
I got one more question. I heard you talk about the benefits of weed. Does it actually really does help?
What you talking about, like actual marijuana?
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm not here to promote that, but I will say the facts.
Yeah.
We never heard of nobody dying, or we never heard of nobody being in sickness from smoking some marijuana.
I know it's got to be some good aspects.
It's good to consume. Now, what happens when you put a fire to it? It becomes a chemical. Okay. But it's good to consume. That's why he said he gave you every herb of the earth to consume, to eat. You know what I'm saying? But like once you put a flame to it, it becomes a chemical. But you get the same effect. Matter of fact, when you eat it, you get a better effect than eating it than smoking it. But is there a sin for smoking it? No, it's not at all, brother.
No, but you mean like hash brownies?
They call them weed edibles. Weed edibles. You put them in your food, your cereals, and all of that. And look, just take it all out. Just take you some hemp seeds. Just eat hemp seeds. That's like eating weed, hemp seeds. Or get you some marijuana seeds and just keep them, put some salt and pepper on them, and mix them in with some other seeds.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I ain't never heard of nobody dying for smoking a blunt. Just saying. Not promoting it though. Not promoting it.
Firing up a flying light.
What's up, sis? Hold it down. Let me hear her talk. I can't hear it.
How do you get to that 125
How do you get to it? We finna read. We actually reading it now. We going into it now. Thank you, sister. Let's get back on track, y'all. I see you, sister. That was some wisdom. She like, look, what's up with this Galatians 5? Come on.
16 again. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Right.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
You hear that? So low vibration and high vibration, they don't connect. That's why it's gaps between them. You start from 1. When you jump to 25, you're spiritually dead. So anything between 1 and 25, you are walking dead. You might be alive, but all your organs are shutting down, ain't nothing rhythm right, everything is out of whack. It's when you can't dance no more, you used to not dance. You be like, I forgot how to dance. Forgot how to ride your bike. Forgot what happened 5 minutes ago. Yeah, that's what's happening. Because it's spiritually dead. Then once you get to 25 goes to 60. This is when you feeling sickness. This is something called yeast. It's when yeast starts building up in your body. You know what I'm saying? And the way to get rid of that is, and you can tell when it's a lot of yeast build up in you, or a lot of sin in you, because that's what leaven represents sin, is when your tongue have this white overlay on it. And you can actually, and it feels like plaque, that's yeast. Or your breath smells like some, man, that's yeast. Or you fart a lot, you got a lot of gas, that's yeast buildup. You know what I'm saying? Just stop eating bread, all bread, eating flat bread, don't eat no bread, nothing with yeast in it, it'll get rid of that. But the thing about healing yourself from sickness, you have to heal yourself from transgression at the same time. So if you have cancer, cancer is what they call a selfish disease. Most people that are selfish get cancer, because remember, to any sickness there is an emotion that's attached to it. So for cancer, most of the time, selfishness is involved with that. Or for like herpes and genital warts, most of the time, child pedophilia is to that. Somebody that has a problem with their lower member, they usually get like syphilis and HIV, which is an immune virus. And look, HIV is not a sexually transmitted disease. Every disease is a sexually transmitted disease. Just like if you sleep with a wicked Negro and his spirit pass on you. What is that? That's a sexually transmitted disease. Because remember, sin is disease. So they always telling you that you only can get HIV from the bedroom. You can get HIV from your kitchen. Most of the time it comes from the kitchen. Yes, because remember, all HIV is when your immune system has been so weakened to the point that it don't fight off bacteria and viruses. That's all HIV is. What you think stage 3 cancer is HIV? Stage 4 cancer is AIDS. Same thing, same exact diagnosis, same exact symptoms, just a different name because they get different monies and different brackets of it. Remember, death is big business. So if they can give you one disease and name it 5, you know what they're gonna be doing? Yes, you got HIV, you got cancer, you got HPV, you got syphilis, and your kidneys going out. And the whole time it just be one big disease.
I mean, the time it gets worse because the person won't let go of what they do.
That's all it is. Look, because people don't know how to let go of sin. That's why Christ said what? He healed people. He said, go forth and do what? Sin no more. And most of the sin comes from what we putting in our mouths. If it didn't grow in Africa, why are you eating it? The chicken grow in Africa? Chicken is one of the #1 leading causes of cancer. The cows grow in Africa. Cows is one of the #1 leading causes in colon cancer. Cows. The cows grow in Africa? I mean, look it up. Corn. Did corn grow in Africa? Do corn grow in Africa? No, it don't grow in Africa or Mesopotamia. Corn don't. And if it do grow, corn is purple. It ain't yellow. Have no carbon in it. Cauliflower. What the hell is cauliflower? Where did that grow from? It's a man-made. Broccoli. Do broccoli grow in Africa? You think it's healthy, but do it grow in Africa? So why do we eat broccoli? It's a man-made disease. Like everything that we think that we know, even the food that you think is healthy is not even real food, and it don't grow where you come from. It's called predestination disposition. It means that where you come from, you eat you eat by your blood type. Your blood type is by the land that you originate from. So if you ain't originate from America, what are you doing eating stuff that came from America?
Yeah, but if that's the case, we dead.
Exactly, we are. Unless what? Unless you operating in the spirit, and you don't have to live off of bread and water alone. You living off the word of God. See what I'm saying? The only way to live through this BS that we in now is by operating on a different rhythm, a vibration, and that means walking in the spirit, being above and not thinking as below, not being yielded to these lower members. You know, these are earthly matters, earthly things. You know, you're hungry, earthly thing. You're only hungry because your stomach growled. Sent the signal to your brain and told you it was hungry. What happened if you can actually tell yourself you're not hungry? Then you'll be able to actually fast. See what I'm saying?
When we on a fast and you read the script and you burp.
You're not hungry no more.
You didn't physically eat nothing.
But you ate something.
I noticed when I did fast and I read, I wasn't hungry.
Yeah, exactly. Because the scripture says you fed yourself. Yeah. Look, it's mind over matter. If it don't mind, it don't matter. Anything that you call life in reality is a hologram that's presented from your brain. Look, is your brain seeing this, or is you telling your brain to see this?
It's the matrix now.
It's the matrix. All this, look. Like, how do you know this is your hand?
Exactly.
You feel your hand, and it's a signal that goes through your senses that tell your brain that you're feeling your hand.
Yeah.
They actually did a test where a person, he put his right hand right here, and he put another hand right here, but he put a fake hand on the side of it. And the scientists rubbed the fake hand. From the way his brain, because your brain do nothing but educated guessing, he kept stroking the fake hand that was by his hand, and he started feeling his hand being rubbed, but his hand never got touched. What is that?
That's a powerful mind.
That lets you, your mind is everything. Without your mind, there's no you. Without your mind, there's no conscience. Without your conscience, there's no subconscious. Your subconscious is your soul. Everything that we believe and everything we think of is all about our brains. That's why we have something that nobody else has. Our faith is so precious because we fully believe with the right and the left hemisphere of our brain that Christ is king. So we got advantage. That's why scripts get to firing off like they get to firing off. That's why lessons get taught like they get taught, because our belief, our brains is constructively wired differently because of our belief patterns. We automatically operate at a certain vibrational frequency. That's what makes us different from everybody else. All these other camps, and I'm not bragging, it's just facts. He broke.
Ecclesiastes 18 and 21. Humble thyself before thou be sick, and in time when sin show repentance.
Most definitely.
Let me jump down right quick to 30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetites. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee laugh and stop.
Straight up. Straight up. Hey, that's real. That's why he said you can't, look, your God can't be your belly. The God can't be your belly.
That's why you said that no matter what we put at the forefront, it will become our master. Whatever we put out there, that we, you can make something that ain't big, but you can make it so big because you got the ability to do something.
Yeah, look, this is the thing about the brain. The brain only recognizes things it focuses on. If you're not focused on Yahweh don't mean nothing to you. So you fall off. You start forgetting scripture. You start forgetting how to go back into it. That's why you constantly have to meditate, constantly have to be in the Word. Whatever you focus on is what you yield yourself to. And that is scientific fact, man.
It's idolatry.
It's all it is. Idolatry. Putting something before your God. Putting something before your purpose. Your purpose is to keep the commandments, live your life, die, and reign in the kingdom. That's your purpose. Now, of course, you use your talents and the different mechanisms of your brain to entice it and make your life better or worse to get there. But the fact of the matter is, you are an organism. You're an organism. That's all you are. You're an organism. You're a database. You come in the world, you leave information, and you pass through. That's what Hebrew is. You cross over. You come into this life, and you're a spiritual being having a human experience. You come to this life, you conquer the flesh, you graduate. Come to this life, you conquer the flesh, you graduate. But you have all these unique abilities that make you, that make your life better, worse, sad, happy. You find love. You make children, meaning you're passing on database. You're passing on information. What you think children are? All you're doing is passing on your information. That's the whole reason in reproducing. This is an informational world. Remember, your brain is a computer. Everything has to do with database, numbers, and information. It's the matrix. Literally. It's a hologram.
Well, a woman wrote that, not them two dudes with Kowski, bro.
Yeah, black
woman wrote one story and they made several stories out of one. That's deep.
Yeah, but look, see how she was all in deep into the matrix though. She was all in her Bible. The word matrix is in the Bible. A couple times. And when it speaks of it, you look it up, it talks about somebody coming in from a womb, meaning you're coming into a new realm of reality, a dimension. Matrix is in the Bible, the actual word matrix. Everything that all the knowledge that everybody's seeking everywhere else is in the book. Look, I read nothing but the Bible for real. Of course, I got my other books, but I say this, I study and I follow nothing but the Bible. And I can swing swords with the best of scientists right now, the best doctors right now. And I ain't never been to school a day in my life on none of that stuff. All this comes from the Word of God. You know what I'm saying? So to let you know what knowledge really is. Yeah, all knowledge comes from the Most High. Let's finish this Galatians off and get up out of here.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other.
That's right.
So that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
You hear that? So when you operate in this low vibrational frequencies, it keeps you doing the things that you would. And what are the things that you can do? If you put your mind to it, you can do whatever you want to do. Of course, if it's in the stipulations of this universal law that we call the 10 Commandments. As long as you're operating in that, and you're not in the flesh, your abilities is, it's beyond measure. You see what Christ was doing when he was keeping the commandments? He never sinned. He was able to heal people. He was able to do some things, man. He was healing people, walk on water, manipulate elements. Why can't you do those same things? In fact, he said, if you believe you have this much faith, you'll be doing greater works than what? These. What is Christ talking about? Christ is trying to get y'all to free y'all mind. He's trying to show y'all that y'all in bodies to flesh. And flesh keeps you from doing anything outside of flesh. As long as you in flesh, you can't operate outside of it.
So you actually can fly.
Yeah, technically. I mean, I wouldn't jump off no building, right?
No,
You see what the devil did?
Yeah, I know what you said. You can think beyond the box.
You can think beyond it. Look, beyond the box, there is no box. That's how you're supposed to think. It ain't, why do I have to think beyond it when there is no? Just remove the whole box. And that's what make your thinking and your ability great. Just remove the box. There's no such thing as bondage. There is no sin. Sin is dead to me. Like once you remove it, now you're able to operate in different realms of thinking. Your creativity is better when there's no obstacles. You know what I'm saying? The car stopped on you. It's not, I had a bad day, the Most High is firing fiery darts on me. It is, well, maybe my truck stopped because the damn tire was gonna bust when I was on the highway and I could have killed myself. So it's all the perception on how you think of things. Stop thinking everything is negative and find the positive into it, and things will start opening up. You see different gates opening up. It's amazing, huh? All about your thinking of it. Come on, bro.
Verse 18. But if ye be led by the Spirit, ye are not under the law.
Can I just read that? If you led by the Spirit, you ain't up under the law. The reason why you're not up under the law, which is one of these laws called sin, is because you're not sinning. Huh? I'm not worried about a faggot if I'm not a faggot. He over there yelling about homosexuals. He can't be talking about me. I'm not homo. I'm not a homo. Same thing with the law. If you operating above the law of sin, and you're not sinning, and you're not yielding yourself to sin, this low vibrational frequency, it have nothing to do with you. Now it's your job and your duty to pass on the information. Because remember, you're an organism. That's what they do. They pass on data. They pass on information and move on. And it steady continue like that until we get to rest. The heavens. Come on.
Verse 19.
Check this out, y'all.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest.
Now these operations between that 1 and that 25. This is what, if you doing this, you are spiritually dead, and you want to physically die from it too, and then get thrown into the lake of fire. Don't read it.
Which are these? Adultery.
Look, 1 to 25 hertz. Know it?
Fornication.
1 to 25 hertz. Come on.
Uncleanness.
1 to 25 hertz.
Lasciviousness.
1 to 25 hertz. Meaning you what? You dead. Spiritually dead. You walking. You alive. You still farting and breathing. But hey, you're spiritually dead. Because you're all the way into the flesh when you operate in these. And this is not love at all. Why would you be fornicating when you know that everything, all your thoughts and all your actions affect your brother? Didn't we just go through all these scriptures showing that? So if you know that you affect anybody by doing these things, why are you doing them? Obviously you don't love yourself and you don't love your brother and you can't love your God. Because he said if you love me, you will do what? Keep my commandments. Come on.
Idolatry.
Come on.
Witchcraft. Hatred.
You see that? Hatred. That's the sum of all these for real. Come on.
Variance. Emulations.
Come on.
Wrath.
Because wrath is for the Most High. It's not for us. Come on.
Strife. Seditions. Heresies. Envy.
Who coveting their brother? That's a low vibration. What you want what he got for? What you want this woman? It's like 7 women and 1 man. What you doing trying to get all up on this woman for? Go searching, my king. Come on.
Murder.
What is you murdering your brother for? You taking out one of God's people. You worse than the heathen. That is a low vibrational frequency. And that is shedding innocent blood. You don't think somebody else affected by that? You killed him. You done took away his life and his ability to repent. You ain't only killed him, you done killed his family crying and grieving off of your sin. Your sin affected everybody else. Got everybody else in this low vibrational frequency feeling bad, feeling depressed, all because you want to be wicked. Your sins affect everybody around you. Quit being selfish and think that it's only you inside this universe. It's not. So yes, I feel some type of way if you are here bull crapping and doing a stanky leg sinning, because it affects me. Get your stuff together. Especially if you call yourself my brother or my sister. Go ahead.
Drunkenness. Reveling. And such like.
And such like. Look, he said if I didn't name it, if all the activities even look like this, I'm talking about that too. Come on.
Of the which I tell you before, as I have told you in time past.
See that? So this is not his first time talking about this. He talking about this a lot. Come on.
That they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of
You
Yahweh.
will never be able to reach your higher consciousness. You will never be able to roam with Elohim and reign in the kingdom of God. You will never be able to get out of this bondage. You see that? And the worst thing any Hebrew can do is die in bondage. We've been in bondage all our lives, man. Ain't y'all tired? You tired of it? So why we not operating different? Why we not raising our vibrational frequency? Why we steady playing around with sin? Huh? Oh, because a lot of us don't believe. Come on.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
You hear that? So, but the fruit of the Spirit, we finna get on this 528 frequency. There you go, mama. This is all the things. If you operate needs, this is how you raise your consciousness. It's gonna obviously change the way you eat too. I'm telling you, it's gonna change the way you eat. The way you sleep gonna be different. Certain covers ain't gonna be. You like, I can't sleep like this no more. You gonna meditate longer. You be waking up in the wee hours meditating. Huh? Get up early. You have more energy. The love between you and your partner become better, or the separation come and new things come, opportunities happen. You start operating at a different level. Come on.
Open your Bible.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
See that? It says, again, when you have these type of frequencies, against such there is no low vibrational frequency. What do you mean? I'm come over here killing my vibe. I'm vibrating too high. Remember, I'm up so high, I can't even look down. I can't look back. That's what we're supposed to be on. What's the frequency of love, y'all? Make sure y'all really do some deep research on that tonight, man. It'll open y'all understanding it up so much, man. So much. Come on.
And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the afflictions and lusts.
You hear that? Days that reach that Christ consciousness, days that reach the peak of this vibration, the flesh is crucified with him. Huh? He came and took all of that from you. So why are you still operating in that? Oh, because you ain't really changed. Huh? You selfish. And selfish comes disease. It's diseases that's attached to selfishness. Look that up. Look this up. Just type in, Google this, write this down, y'all. Emotional components attached to disease. You will see with every disease is the emotional component attached to it. Every last one of them. And they be right exactly. Huh? Like, what's his name that just died messing with them little boys in that church? Eddie Thorne. Yeah. What happened to him? Messing with them little boys, caught a disease called AIDS. Whole immune system broke down on him. Lost all his nutrition. Died from a common cold. I'm talking about it was a complication. Boy, you died from a cold.
Said he was a vegan.
Yeah, it's my vegan diet. That's why I lost all this weight.
And the crazy thing is, you see how sin is, sin will attack you, but what kills you be the weakest stuff. You like this nigga died of a cold? Huh? Because all this sin he been doing all his life been breaking down the molecules in his body. That's what that low vibration brings. It brings death. It brings sickness. Come on.
Verse 25. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
You hear that? So if you live in the Spirit, you claiming you living on this frequency, we better not be saying anything lower than 528. It means you're lying. Come on.
Let us not be desirous of vain glory.
Yeah, and look, quit looking to be over people. People just want to get on a level to be over somebody. Want to seem like you know something. Negro, you don't know nothing. Huh? You want to get all this knowledge just to be over somebody. Want to get 100 Facebook likes. Want to look good. You want to be the groovy guru or somebody. Huh? Come on.
Let us not be desirous of vain glory, provoking one another, envying one another.
So look, that's part of the lesson. Me and Elder do a sit down on it, but it's the vibrations of transgression. That's what it's called, the vibrations of transgression. So know that anything you do affects somebody else, whether it's positive or negative. Of course, we talked about all the negative today. You know what I mean? For anything that's a negative, there also have to be a positive. There's no gray areas though. There's no in between with God, and there's no in between with energy. Look it up. No such thing. You either positive or you negative. This is what it is. No in between. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no such thing as neutral. Neutral is ground. That's what that means. Meaning you have to be grounded to even feel energy. Like start looking up this stuff, man, and blow your mind. So again, what's frequency of love? And how can we accomplish that?
Love, peace,
Joy, peace,
long suffering,
goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, meekness, and
Walk in the
temperance.
spirit of the Most High.
Let them try to get it on. Yeah, hey, look all this stuff up, y'all. So y'all get some understanding? Yeah. All praises. What prayer we got?
Blood.
What about blood?
When you born, they test your blood, and you, like for me, I'm B positive.
Yeah, but it ain't really it's really no such thing as D positive or nothing like that. Like if you start really getting into the blood, you only have two types of blood types. You either have blood that has crystallized carbon in it, or you have blood that don't have crystallized carbon, which it do have melanin carbon in it, but it's made up of sulfur and ammonia, not like ours. Ours is made up of like light, you know what I'm saying? So it's really no different type of blood. What they measure your bloodstream off of is how many killer cells you have in your blood. So say somebody with O negative blood, that just mean they have less cells that's running through their veins than the other. Now we all have different types of amount of blood that pumps in our veins, but the actual type of blood is you either a heathen or you got the covenant in your blood. That's right. What the white man have done is to keep you from learning knowledge, he had put his fancy tongue on everything, and he separates stuff so much to keep you trying to keep piecing on and putting together information. But like once you take out all the variables, you like, okay, it's a heathen, it's an Israelite. This heathen, he ain't got no melanin. These two Israelites got melanin, but what make these two Israelite blood different is this will make her O's, this will make his be positive because she had more killer T cells in her body and he had more white blood cells. That's a difference. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? So your blood type is Israelite. That's your blood type, Israelite. All right, let's get to prayer. Who we got?
What an announcement. That was just a board.
Yeah, I'm here. If anybody wants to sign up to go camping, the camping trip is October 5th through 8th. It's going to be at the Merrimack State Park. So if anybody's interested in signing up, just see me after class.
That's the Feast of Tabernacles, y'all.
What's up, sis? Garden notice or anything?
I was good. All right, Psalm 84, close the psalm.
Get that camera, bro.
Psalm 84th chapter, close the psalm. All praise to the God